Hello and welcome to the BSL 12 Ghost League. Um, my name is MasterReY, and with me here again, Snipe.
Hey, glad to be here again. Excited. We're jumping into the Ghostly League action round of 16 today. We're getting it down there, getting to some of the best here in Ghostly League. So I'm looking forward to some great matches today.
Yeah, definitely. And we have the round of 16, of course, today, and we will take a look at Group A. Let's check what players we have today. There we go. There you can see the Group A. We have Machine, American Zerg. I think he's probably the most known players, especially for the old school players and viewers. Has been around for many, many years, and he has recently joined my team, Team Red. So I'm really looking forward on how he will do today.
Yeah, me too. I've played him a few times before as well in a couple of the Rogues Gallery tournaments for North America. Very strong player. He's someone I'd actually like to play with or against more. Like he's good enough, he's better than me, and he's good enough that I feel like I can compete with him, but I'll probably usually lose. And players like that definitely helps expose your own weaknesses and mistakes. So yeah, looking forward. I think he can make it out of the group today for sure. But looking forward to seeing. He did win actually. He won Chobu League a season or two ago as well, I believe. So
Yes.
yeah, look forward to him.
Yeah, let's take a look on how he got here. He actually defeated his round of 32 group with 2-0 in first place as well. Against Itsu. Itsu is a strong Zerg, and the Sakwe. The Sakwe, I actually checked that. The Sakwe beat Machine in the last season, and Machine was eliminated in the last season in the round of 32. This time, however, Machine beat the Sakwe and comes out in first place from his group. So we can definitely see a progress in his skill level. He only maybe half a year or so got back into the scene, and he has been steadily improving since then. So yeah, he's probably one of the favorites of the group.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good to see. Sakwe is actually in my clan as well, Nas A, but nevertheless, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, so that was a ZVP for Machine, and we have another Protoss in this group, which is Sneasel. Polish Protoss, we did cast him in the round of 32 already, and we were informed that he was also in the Pro League 2 seasons ago. So he's definitely a strong player as well.
Yeah, everyone in this group looks like they're pretty strong actually. This could be a very, very competitive group.
Yeah, we are in the round of 16 of the BSL Ghost League. After all, this is a high caliber tournament, just slightly below the Pro League. And yeah, there's no bad player in here, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, third player in the group, we have one of the few Terrans. We always have very few Terrans in the Ghost League for some reason. But we have one here in Goku from Peru. Um, I don't have a lot of information about him. Um,
Did,
what about
did we
you?
cast him last week too? I think we did, didn't we? I know we casted a Peruvian Terran 2 weeks ago, I guess now. Um,
It was not Goku, I'm pretty sure.
okay,
But he did
yeah,
win his group 2-0, so
that's pretty
that's
good.
nice.
He has some pretty tough opponents there in his group as well, so maybe he can make it out of this group. It's always nice when we can at least get a couple of Terrans through into the round of 8.
Yeah, I also forgot to check Squeezle's result from the last, or to show Sneedle's result from the last group. He
That group we did cast, yeah.
Yeah, we did cast that, but maybe not everyone has seen our last cast. He went 2-1 in his round of 32 group and advanced in second place, defeating Cyrex, Zurich, twice. So his PvZ is probably pretty good as well. And that's good for him because we have two Zergs in this group today. And this last Zerg, or the second Zerg, last player in the group, is Zoom from Poland. He's pretty much, I want to say he's almost always playing in the Ghost League, so he
Yeah.
is very active, very consistent throughout the last seasons as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm pretty sure I've seen him in like every season of Ghost League we've casted, pretty much every season. So definitely a mainstay here and a strong player. So this group's really hard to call. I don't know. I would think maybe I would lean towards like Machine and Zoom or something getting out, but I could see any two players getting out. And I'm really looking forward to a good mix of races in this group.
Yeah, I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know Goku's play. I don't know the versus Terran um, shape of our other players. So yeah, I think Machine has really improved a lot in the last few 1 or 2 months, and I think he is a good guess for advancing from this group. But apart from that, I really have no idea. But we'll see. Will be awesome games.
Hmm.
So, also remember that in this round, the round of 16, we have all best of threes. So I think last time in the round of 32 we had best of ones. Here we have best of threes, so we'll have a lot of awesome games here. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, first match, as you can see here on the screen, will be Machine versus Sneasel. And the map they decided to start on, or maybe it was decided for them, I'm not sure, is Bluestone.
Mm. Now this is an interesting map. Very old school kind of a map. Now I'm not a big fan of this, especially in like PVZ, just because of the walling. At the natural is quite difficult. You actually have to use your Nexus as part of the wall. Nexus, Forge, Gateway. We'll have to see how Sneasel wants to try and wall this off. Um, but it could be tough for him. We'll see.
Yeah, I have brought the map up on the screen here. This time we have also sound while showing the map. Yeah, maybe some of the newer players in the scene or newer watchers in the scene, community members, don't know this map because it was played a few years ago and just now recently came back for the season of PSL. But yeah, it's an interesting map. I think it's often goes into these games where you either have one player who wants to finish it very early, or it comes to split map situations. That's at least my experience, especially versus
Yeah.
Terrans in PvT. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, you can kind of see how it can really be split up evenly. You got that little middle ground area where it's high ground on either side, so both players can kind of take a position up on their side, and neither player really wanting to attack across into the other player. It kind of gets into almost a stalemate kind of situation. But that doesn't mean we'll see that kind of thing here. Like I said, the wall can be difficult here for PVZ and look a little weird. Um, so maybe Sneasel just says, "Hey, I don't want to play a game like that. I'll just go for some kind of a two gate and do some early aggression." We'll have to see. Looking at the statistics, it's very slightly favored for Zerg here, but it's so close that you can't really call it one way or another. So
Yeah, also, I think these statistics are from, well, most of these games are from many years ago, and I'm sure strategies has changed, the metagame has changed, and I'm not sure if this is a very good indication of the balance of the map right now, but we'll have to find out.
yeah,
So let's jump into the first game. Machine versus Sneasel on Bluestone. Let's go. Game is starting and we are jumping in any seconds. Okay, here we go. Yeah, in the bottom left, maybe we should switch the colors. We have our red Zerg. From America, it is Machine.
all right. And in the top right, we have our Polish Protoss, none other than Sneasel. So yeah, we'll have to see how either player wants to open up here. I think you can open fairly standard here as Zerg. You can as Protoss as well, but like I mentioned, wall can be tricky. We'll have to see how that comes out. Another feature about this map, the Overlord's going to scout over it here now, is this little tiny choke here at your natural. That's small enough for like small units to fit through, so you can get your zealots or zerglings through there and through the middle. But if you had something bigger, like dragoons or ultralisks or tanks or whatever else, you would have to go all the way around through your third base area, up the ramp and around just to get into that middle area. So that could sometimes play into the strategies players want to choose on this map.
Yes, that's definitely true. You have to make sure that you're also not getting counter-attacked by mass zerglings later on in the game or so, when you already have a third base and your units are not in the natural. So that's definitely playing a role here. To me, this opening here by Sneasel looks like he put some research into this. You mentioned the wall can be very difficult, but I think this looks like a good wall. He has the pylon and the forge here, and of course a gateway on top of the forge makes a link-tied wall here, so you can place the gateway in this location on top of the forge here, and that would make it link-tied, and then he only has to block the gap between the pylon and the forge, and of course on the left of the forge.
Yeah,
Of the pylon.
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do here or see here. So looking forward to that, and of course the Nexus will also help block. Well, of course as you can see, Lings could still run around behind the minerals to try and get in, but with a cannon placed properly, it shouldn't be too much trouble here for him to deal with. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and throw down that cannon first, having seen the early pool coming out here from Machine. And he also pylon blocked the natural. Is he going to cancel that? Okay, just cancels it in time. Gets the probe back there. So he's really doing a good job delaying Machine's next base here.
Yeah, that was nicely done. And he should be completely safe with that cannon. Yes, 6 Zerglings can kill a cannon, but most Protosses on this level know that that is the case, and if they just block here with 2 or 3 probes, or have a probe ready to build the gateway once the links arrive, that should be no problem.
Yeah, he actually put his probe in that little bit of choke just to buy himself a few more seconds. He did get a second cannon actually there by the gas, so he should be perfectly fine now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this second cannon, of course, delays the gateway slightly here. That means this whole tech tree, the cymatics core, and also the Vespine is a little bit later, so the scouting information with the core there, for example, if he wants to go for that, will be slightly later, and yeah, we'll have to see if Machine can exploit that.
Yep. All right, so where do the players go from here? Machine finally gets his natural down. He took his third base before his natural there, that mineral only, just because Sneasel did such a good job of delaying that. And that's nice for him. I mean, it's going to delay the second gas coming out from Machine as well as the second hatchery if he wanted to go for that earlier second gas. Like we can see the layers already started. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty standard coming out here from Machine. Nothing too out of the ordinary for either player just yet.
Yeah, I've played some practice matches with Machine, and he definitely had different strategies every time. Like, he went for 6-edge Hydras, he went for an early Hydra bust just to kill the buildings in the front and then mass drones. He also went for Mutalisk one time, so he definitely can play a wide range of strategies here. So yeah, let's see what he uses this lair for.
Yeah, very good if you can play a bunch of different strategies. It's always a good idea if you can keep your opponent guessing and they don't know what's coming. I mean, you get some players that just play one strategy, but they play it so well too that it doesn't matter what your opponent does. But like you said, we'll see. Interestingly enough, we're getting a second gateway here from Sneasel before any additional tech. No Citadel or Stargate just yet. So maybe he wants to try and put on a little bit of pressure earlier on, or just bank up a few more zealots for when he does decide to move out.
Yeah, so this second gateway can catch the Zerg off guard if he doesn't see it, but in this case, there was an overlord in the main base of Sneasel, and maybe Sneasel thought, okay, if he builds it in the natural, then Machine will not see it. but then there was another overload. So I'm sure Machine has seen the second gateway, and he will probably be prepared for this increased number of zealots.
All right, Probe getting back into the natural and the main base here of Zerg. Very good scout. He's going to see everything, know exactly what's going on. Going to see the exact timing of that spire and be like, okay, it's 2/3 done. I should know when he could potentially have mutas. But as we can see, he's probably not going to be going for mutas as he doesn't have that second gas. Most he'll be able to afford is maybe about 5 or 6 mutalisks when that's done, if he does decide to go that route.
Yeah, those 5 Mutalisks can already do some work. They might not be able to kill the cannons or anything like that if Sneasel has the defense, but they can definitely defend zealots. They can force the Protoss to stay inside of his natural before he can really move out with the Templars and so on. And of course, it forces the cannons in the mineral line. So, yeah, that can do some work. And he is indeed getting those 5 Mutalisks right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I would like to actually see him make those Neolisks, just because like we know or he knows there is no Stargate, so they can get a little bit more value, or just try and be annoying and harass. But we do have these 5 Zealots now moving in, gonna attack that sunken colony. The Mutalisks just now popping. I mean, killing the sunken colony is something, but it's not necessarily the best thing in the world to kill. It's not like too much damage. Machine isn't gonna mind losing that sunken colony. It just bought him the time he needed to get his Mutalisks out. Get some lings out and push this attack back. We actually have 2 more zealots in the natural, but those are going to be cleaned up by these mutas and sunken as well.
Yeah, but now these 4 zealots, they gain speed in the meantime, and they are now harassing the drone line again, killing 1 drone. A little bit of mining time lost. Overall, I guess we can call it an okay attack. He still keeps most of the zealots alive. Only those 2 in the natural, those seemed like they were not really microed. So that was unfortunate. But overall, I guess it was an even trade.
Yeah, we do actually have 1 more zealot at the third base there. Gonna try and harass a little bit more. He snuck that past while the mutas were chasing his other zealots back. So I like the place from Sneasel here so far, how he's been splitting up his zealots, how he did that attack at the natural, moved his other zealots back in. He's just forcing Machine to multitask. He's forcing him to pull drones and just to buy himself some time without actually overcommitting and losing his zealots. But in saying that, he does get a few zealots caught out on the map here. He's gonna have to get them back to his base. He actually has a DT blocking them. Okay, he is going to move that and get those zealots in. Loses 2 of them, and the other one's really badly hurt. A bit unfortunate for him there. But now that he's got a couple of Archons out, I don't think these mutas are really going to find any more damage.
Yeah, and the DT also looks like it's not going to do any major damage because the Sunken is rebuilt. There are Overlords. There's also the Sunken in the natural and Overlord as well. So if it doesn't get into the main, it will not do damage. And yeah, it definitely doesn't get into the main. And Machine is actually making more and more Mutalisks. This is a very interesting approach here, but meanwhile also researching the Lurker upgrade here. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting to see. It's more like a larva-esque style, you would see, getting more and more mutas. This is, I mean, he knows there's no Stargate, right? So as long as he controls them well and doesn't get hit by the Archons, they can still be effective. Now, there is a Dark Archon also being morphed here in the natural for Sneasel. That is going to be 4 Maelstrom, I'm assuming here. Yeah, it is upgrading now, so Machine's going to have to be very careful once Maelstrom's ready. He doesn't want to get those Mutalisks caught and instantly stormed or killed by those Archons. That would just be a lot of value lost for not much gained here.
Yeah, for sure. And now Sneasel thinks he has maybe enough against the Mutalisks and is moving out, but I don't think overall it's enough to break the Sunkens and kill the Hydras that, meanwhile, Machine did produce here. So I don't think this little force here can accomplish much.
Yeah, I was watching Machine's vision there for a second when he was microing those mutas just to see if he could get vision of that Dark Archon, and he barely may have had vision of it, so I think he probably knows it's there. And if you know the Dark Archon is out, you can start playing a little bit more cautiously. Like, you have to be wary of that, and because you don't want to get caught by that Maelstrom and lose all your mutas. So if he did see that, expect him to play a little bit, maybe a little more cautiously. Those mutas, he's still going to scout around, look for that third base. He's going to see the probe there, be able to pick that off. So a nice little denial on that third base for Machine there. Meanwhile, he is going to fly the Mutalisk into the main. This is kind of dangerous. Is that Dark
Maelstrom
Archon
is
going to get in
ready,
there?
but there is no
Oh,
storm.
he got it!
There is no storm. Can the Archons reach? No, they cannot. They cannot!
Oh,
Waste it!
oh,
Wasted Maelstrom here.
oh,
Ah.
can you believe that? He got the Maelstrom off, but the Archons could only reach one of them and he didn't have Storm ready. Wow.
Oh man, and now he's getting contained with lurkers. I think, man. Yeah, let's watch this action first. Yeah, losing the High Templar here. Oh! Careful, careful there. But yeah, now this is super hard to break out. Getting contained with lurkers. Where is the robotics? Okay, robotics is done. Observatory just building here.
And still going to be a little bit for those obs. And now, like we said, that kind of little choke may come into play here a bit. Like, Sneasel can still get his Zealots out onto the map if he wanted to. Maybe go for some kind of a flank or surround on this position. But he won't be able to get his Dragoons and Archons out of that choke. So... yeah, it could be dangerous because, I mean, Machine does have this high ground position. Now, he doesn't have a lot of units there yet, so he needs to get that Observer and break this position before Machine is able to reinforce it if he wants to actually be able to get onto the map and take a third base for himself at some point.
Yeah, and this pylon is getting low, and there's no other pylon powering that rightmost cannon and the gateway and the forge. The gateway is already unpowered, never mind. Yeah, it will be super hard. I maybe want to say that Sneasel maybe over reacted to the Mutalisks, and I mean he got 2 Archons and the Maelstrom, and also didn't research Storm early. He opted for the Maelstrom first, so a lot of answers to the Mutalisks, but now he has to deal with lurkers.
Yeah, alright, well, he is going to try and bust out here. A Storm does go down, hits his own Archons, unfortunately, so he loses both of those Archons. But he does clean up those lurkers and push Machine back a little bit. Give him an opportunity to maybe get up on the high ground, although Machine's pushing back in now. We'll see. Another Maelstrom goes down, so not bad.
Yeah, nice Storm. Oh, but he is losing the Zealots. It's definitely getting close. 4th base for Machine is up now, so the clock is ticking here. Sneasel has to do something soon. He has to break out. Oh, tries to leave here with Zealots. Gets completely shut down. Tries another breakout in the front. Where are the Storms? The Storms need to come right now.
Okay, there's one. Does hit a couple of lurkers, 2 Storms there. It looks like he's going to maybe be able to break out of this position, but yeah, like you said, he tried to sneak around with those Zealots. They got lost as well. Oh, he can't really afford to lose this army and all these Dragoons. If his army gets reset, I don't see him being able to fight back into this game. But it looks like he will push Zerg back, so that's good for him. Now, pushing Zerg back here, he will hopefully, ideally be able to set up a third base, but critically for him, if he does get that position, it still doesn't have a gas, and this battle's still going on here. I don't know.
Yeah, some weird misclicks there by Sneasel. Some of his units on move command here. I think he will barely win this fight anyways, but he lost so much. I'm not sure where we are in this game. The supply definitely favors the Protoss in this situation, I would say.
Yeah, just to take a look here now. The Protoss is mined out of his main, or just about here. There's only a few minerals left, so he really needs to get that expansion. But as I was trying to say there, there's no gas here either for Protoss, and Protoss really wants to get that third gas. Like you can already see, he's kind of low on gas here. Just having that third gas will allow him to keep making Templars and Archons, Dragoons, you know, units that he needs to fight back the Zerg. So he ideally wants to secure 2 bases if he can. Now, if he can hold this high ground position here, he will be able to eventually secure bottom right. But looks like he's going to be able to push Machine back here some more. There's only a couple of lurkers. What does Machine have back on his end? Mostly Hydra Ling.
Yeah,
this
not
is,
a lot.
Looking a little scary for him now, yeah.
There are no storms, by the way. Not a single storm, so this can be dangerous for Sneasel, but he has the overwhelming army advantage. Observer was sniped, very important here. There's one lurker. Okay, he could avoid this lurker, but overall, without storm, he will slowly but surely lose the fight over time, I think.
Or, well, he is getting into this position now. He can start sieging from the high ground on this third base with his Dragoons. And yeah, like you said, Machine was doing a good job sniping those obs, but what we saw from Sneasel 2 weeks ago when we casted him was he doesn't care about one lurker often. Like, he ran a bunch of zealots in and fought against 1 or 2 lurkers a few times. But this time it looks like Machine will finally be able to push this Protoss army back. Like you said, if he had a couple of storms with that, I think it could have gone way better for him, and maybe he would have busted this third base position here of Machine.
Yeah, yeah, we could just see that the pure Zealot Goon army can't really win the game in most cases. But overall, if I look at the supply, I still have to think that Protoss is ahead here. He has the third base secured, but as you said earlier, he needs another gas base very soon. And I think this will be the deciding point of the game here. Can he deny the fourth base of the Protoss or not?
Yeah, we did see a group of zealots there at the top, trying to take out that fourth hatch of a Machine, but it looks like the Hydras will clean that up, defend that. So that's definitely good there for Machine. If he had lost that base, you'd definitely say this is looking really good for Sneasel. After all that, I feel like the game has kind of evened out a little bit. Like, yes, we see Sneasel's 50 supply ahead, but that's not the end of the world for Zerg. Like, he can definitely set up, like we were talking about earlier, on this side of the ridge here with a bunch of lurkers, and it's a lot harder for Protoss to push in there once he's already set up. But it looks like he wants to maybe move in for an attack. I don't know if this will work out. There are no observers actually with this army, so never mind. Sneasel won't be able to engage just yet.
Oh, and this lurker on the
observers?
right killing 2 High Templars. Oh, he only has 1 High Templar there, just lost 2 of them. Observer is coming, however. Oh, and wow, is he just going into the natural? There are no units around, only those 2 Sunkens, and he just runs past.
He's running straight into the main here. Maybe he'll be able to snipe something off, like try and kill some drones, snipe off the pool or the Spire. We'll see what he wants to go for here. Looks like the Spire is probably the choice. But Machine is sending some Lings back to help defend this. Will he? I think he'll probably be able to clean this up before any buildings get lost, so not too bad there for Machine. Meanwhile, Sneasel is now pushing across that middle ridge onto the other side of the map now that he has this observer. One storm goes down. He's still got another one. Will we see it? Yes, very nice storm on the Hydras on that high ground there. But I don't think he really has enough to fight this at the moment.
Yeah, okay, he picks off some lurkers, but yeah, I agree. And I don't know, it looks so weird. He's pretty far ahead in supply, but I can't see him, like, killing Machine here. There's no way he can fight against all of those lurkers. He has 3 Templars now, but yeah, I'm not sure.
There's a
maybe
control
he
group
just
with
has...
the third. He's just moving it towards his main army now.
Okay, there we
I think
go.
he just had a control group sitting at the third. So now this army's starting to get a little bigger, a little scarier. Like we're saying, we do have 3 Templars here, so we'll see if he can get something done in this attack.
Good storm here. Keeps the Zealot out of the lurkers range. That's very important as well. But now, not a single storm left. And yeah, no, he cannot push up this ramp against the lurkers. He has to find a way around this defensive position, I think. Another group of Zealots sneaking into the natural, but it will probably be defended. But this is a nice move here, I think. He's using this time that the Zealots buy him here to run around and really get into a nice position to attack the force, avoiding this nice lurker field here.
What is this? There's a Spire up here at the fourth too. Did he just build that when the Zealots got into his main, assuming he was going to lose the Spire?
Probably,
or
yeah.
is that like a mistake or something? Or oh, interesting. But he's actually probably going to lose this Spire now. But like you said, again, he's got no Templars with his army. That's a little rough, but he may still just have enough here to hold this position, fight back. Are there any observers though? Oh, I don't see any observers, so I think Machine will actually clean this up.
Even if you can see all of those lurkers, I don't think you can kill them anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just way too much here for Machine.
Yeah, so many fights without High Templars. Sneasel had the big supply advantage, he had the big army, but I feel now, yeah, He thinks so as well. He lost that one advantage that he had, this the supply, the army numbers, but he was too far behind in the economy. He just secured his fourth base here, but there are no cannons. He just lost his whole army. He's down in supply. There's no way he can really play a long game from here.
Yeah. That was, I mean, it looked like Machine favored for a lot of it in the early game. Sneasel seemed to be able to fight back and get himself back into that game, but he had a couple engagements where he just didn't have enough storm or he didn't have those observers there, and you really need all the pieces of the puzzle together as Protoss if you want to be able to compete and fight back against the Zergs. So, bit unfortunate for him. He did look good though. Like I think if he just had a few more Templars, a few more Obs, that could have gone a different way for him. So maybe he can fight back and take this to game 3.
Yeah, I hope so. The next map will be Polypoid, and we are loading up the game here. Yeah, I don't think we have to show Polypoid on the screen. I think that's probably the most played map nowadays. So let's jump right into game 2 here. Sneasel versus Machine. Let's go.
And the new Fighting Spirit, the replacement for Fighting Spirit.
We have some lag issues here. Yeah, maybe we should put it on extra high.
Probably my bad. I alt tabbed for a minute to check the stream if the stream was up. All right.
Okay, we're almost ready, and now we are. Let's jump in. Okay, so in the bottom left of Polypoid, we have the winner of the first game. It is Machine.
All right, and in the top left, down a game but not out. It is our blue Protoss, Sneasel.
Yeah,
All right.
and of
Well,
course, yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to say, and even if he loses the second game here, he's still not out because we are still in the round of 16, which has groups, of course, and that is like a double elimination system. So you have to lose 2 games to really be eliminated.
All right. Well, Sneasel did look like he was maybe gonna send that probe out to scout, but he just, excuse me, danced it around in front of his main. So this will be a 9 gate coming out from him. So he's going to be looking to do some kind of a gate expand with some early pressure, see if he can't punish Machine or try and trade efficiently early on and get a little bit of an advantage there, force him to do some multitasking. And I think we saw last game, like Cecil had pretty good multitasking, right? Like he was able to send zealots at different locations, attack in different locations at a time to really tax Machine in the early game. So I think this is a pretty good choice by him. Just try and force Machine to be thrown off his game a little bit if he can't keep up with the multitasking.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he definitely had some moments where it looked like he could finish the game if he just has those high Templars in the army in the correct moments. He might be able to do it with his multitasking and macro.
Yeah. All right, we did have a drone scout, and then it turned around, and now it's turning back around. What is this drone doing? I guess it's. Oh, I bet it's waiting for the zealot to come out to try and body block it, and slow it down. Very nice. Yeah. Look at this. Nice play there. You don't want to be losing that drone, but if you can body block, slow that zealot down a little bit, just to buy yourself some time to get those lings, it can be very helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to do the best here, but only one. Okay, maybe here a second little block, but loses the drone. I mean, I have to say that's the best feeling for the Protoss. The Zerg donating a free drone to you before the Zealot even reaches the Zerg base. That's so nice.
Yeah. Oh, is he gonna get that one? Okay, it makes the gas just before he's able to snipe it. So yeah, like it was a nice play from Machine. I like the idea, but if you don't execute it properly, or if you're a little careless or something, you can lose that drone, and then it's better for Protoss. Even if you did slow it down a bit. But now we do have 6 lings out. We'll have to see how the control is. Even 8 lings, 2 at the natural. So if Machine needs to like pick something off here pretty quick, and he does get that probe, and he gets a nice surround on this Zealot, so looks
Yep.
like he will lose that Zealot and be able to pick off that Zealot fairly quickly. Although Sneasel does sneak it out, so it is still alive.
Yeah, and now it will die here. Sometimes I have to say I would like to see Zergs sending those Zerglings that they are producing from the natural, for example, straight towards the Protoss base, because we see the second Zealot is not here. There's no cannon. The gap is not closed yet. If he sent those 4 Zerglings that were sitting at the natural immediately, maybe he could have gone in. But now the second Zealot will barely, really barely arrive here.
Look at this. We got Machine scouting around with these lings for the Zealot, and there is the Zealot wandering around. I think he just barely missed it. The Zealot did see the lings and turned around, but now he's coming back. We'll find a couple of lings, so now they both know the other is aware. Meanwhile, Machine poking in the front with those lings, seeing if he can't break in or find a gap. But Sneasel's got that closed up just nicely with his cannon morphing in, so both players should be in a great position.
Yeah, Sneasel hiding the Zealot here. It will not come out anymore, but Machine is basically forced to let some units stay here. Otherwise, of course, he risks that the Zealot is getting into the natural. And that's what he's trying right now, but yeah, gets intercepted by the rest of the Zerglings and goes back to his hiding spot.
Yeah. I wonder if Machine pulled out thinking, okay, I know the Zealot's there. If my lings are gone, maybe he'll move the Zealot and I can get a
Yeah.
surround on it. So nice little mind games here going on both sides. Like, hey, I'm gonna move out of the way so you move your Zealot so I can come kill it, right? Um, but in the end, he does lose that Zealot. Only traded out, I think, 1 Zergling, maybe 2.
Hmm.
So fine trade there for Machine. Now, where the players want to go from here? We do have a Stargate coming out from Sneasel this time, so it won't be the same strategy. We also have a Zealot that snuck into the main. I missed this one here.
Yeah, I also missed that one. Must have sent it from the natural. So this one is seeing that there is no lair. That's an important scout. So you don't have to invest too much into Corsairs or cannons in your mineral lines because you're sure, okay, there are no Mutalisks. So he's getting the Corsair anyways. Maybe you can get some Overlords or you can get the additional scout information. But you don't have to overmake Corsairs here or get the cannons. So that's nice for Sneasel.
Yeah, we have an Evo chamber already here from Machine. It's not upgrading anything just yet. I don't know if he got that just intentionally for a wall or what. We'll have to see if he wants to start upgrading anything. No Hydralisk Den quite yet, but I imagine we'll see it soon. Okay, no, he's going for a lair. This is a interesting build. It's like 5 hatch into lair without a Hydra Den. So he's going to rely mostly on Zerglings to defend, I guess. Okay, there is a Hydra Den just being started now at the 3rd base. Uh, definitely different build from both players here.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination of getting the Hydroden, but also getting the Spore. If you just get the Hydroden slightly earlier, you can save the drone and the money from the Spore or the early evolution chamber and get it a little bit later. Um, but yeah, he got both now, and he is getting additional hatcheries here. We can see his total hatchery count is up to 5 now. And the Hydrodus upgrades have not started yet. So will he go into Lurkers is the question with that layer here.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good guess. Okay, I was about to say he's probably just saving it for lurkers, but as I said, that we do have Hydralisk movement speed started here. Yeah, I don't know what this build is. Okay, we have +1, or we have a +1 attack for the Hydralisk started now as well. So I guess he's just gonna go for a powering attack with a lot of Hydras into the mid game here, a lot of +1 Hydras, and this could definitely be effective. Now Sneasel did get the scouting information. He still has that Corsair flying around. So will he be prepared for this?
Not only the scouting information, but also the scouting attack possibility with the scout entering the natural here. That's the thing you can do if you see the Zerg investing in a spore. You can assume that there are no Hydralisks, so you can harass the drones. But then Machine also got the Hydralisk then. So in the end, this scout is pretty useless, especially if he loses this to the spore. Got one Overlord still, but apart from that, the Hydralisk will make short work of the score. Yeah, okay. it's dead. short
Yeah,
short entrance here in this game, um, killing one overlord.
with a scouting scout. All right, well, we do have an attack from Sneasel now. Is Speed about to finish? No. Actually, Zealot Lake Speed just started, so this is an interesting timing attack here. I don't know if Machine is going to be fully ready for this. There's a lot of Zealots here. There's a good number of Hydras. The Zealots don't have speed, but there's just so many of them. They're starting to chew through these Hydralisks.
But the Hydralists have the speed, so if they have a little bit more room, he can definitely out-micro the Zealots. But here in this very narrow natural, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, more Hydralists coming from the
Is
third base.
yeah, is he just dead or something? Like, it just doesn't look like he has very many units left over here. There's more Zealot reinforcements coming down here for Sneasel as well. Like, the only thing I would say could maybe save Machine here is the fact that the Zealots do not have leg speed at the moment. But
Ah,
yeah, there's a group in the main, group in the natural. Machine is really being. I don't think he can hold this off.
man, he
I
lost
think this
so
is
many
it.
Hydras by just not microing them when they were walking to the rally point. He lost like 5 Hydras total at least. So, yeah, with that, I don't think he has enough units. Here again, some Hydras not being microed here. Maybe he can barely defend it in the end, but this was a lot of damage. The mining time lost, the drones lost.
Yeah. And critically, we do have leg speed done now, so these zealots are so much more powerful with leg speed and being able to run around and get surrounds. But they're like in the main. There's no drones mining in the main. It's like Protoss owns the Zerg main, and he's even going to get a little bit of a flank here on the Hydras. I think he's done it. I don't think Machine can defend this anymore.
Yeah, not anymore with the leg speed here. That should be game for Machine here, and Sneedle should even this out, this match, with a 1-1 score here. GG from Machine.
Yeah, that was a very weird or interesting game. Like both players' builds were a bit unorthodox, right? Like I was a little confused of what Machine was doing. Maybe he missed something, misplaced his Hydra Den for the Evo chamber or something. Or maybe it was intentional. Like I don't want to talk anything bad about him because he's a better player than me. But both players played a little bit unorthodox, a little bit different builds, and Sneasel came out on top. So because of this, we get a game 3, which I'm excited to see now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, was very very weird builds from both sides. You could say Machine intentionally got the evolution chamber for the spore to force the scout, but then countered with the Hydras then. But I don't think you can ever plan with your opponent making a scout. So
Yeah.
let's not consider that possibility.
All right. Well, game number 3. We'll see how it goes out. Like these players have definitely looked pretty close, pretty nicely matched here so far. So I'm excited to see what this game 3 can bring us.
Yeah, and game 3 is loaded now. We are jumping in. The map is Eclipse, another very well-known map. So let's jump right in here. Game is starting. Okay, so in the top right corner, we have our Zerg player Machine.
All right. And in the bottom left, our blue Polish Protoss, none other than Sneasel. So 1-1. Winner of this game will move on to the winners final. Loser will move on to the lower bracket, but neither player will advance or be eliminated from this game. Still, it's always nice to get that first win under your belt and secure yourself at least a spot in the winners final. And if you lose that, another chance to advance, right? You have two chances to advance, whereas if you're coming from the loser bracket, you're down to your last chance to advance. So it's
Yeah.
still a very important game for both players here. Both players will want to win this. Better bring out a very good strategy. And looks like Sneasel is maybe going to go for the 10 gate this time instead of the 9 gate.
Yeah, usually if the probe is mining the minerals, it's not coming back in time for the 9 gates, but with Eclipse, I think the scouting pass
Yeah.
could be, or the distance between main and natural is maybe short enough, but still, you're right. He's going for the 10 gate here.
Yeah, that 10 gate was like perfectly placed, perfectly timed. Meanwhile, what did we have on machine side? Looks like it was a overpool.
Hmm.
Um, all right, and he's just going to play pretty standard drone up. Imagine we'll see him try to take that hatchery. Now, will Sneasel be able to deny and defend this as long as he did in previous games?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Definitely, overpool is should be good against the Zealot coming. So against the 10 gate, the overpool is usually the best build that you can have. Um, but yeah, oh, this probe is getting a lot of damage on the drone, but oh
Oh,
wow, if he gets this drone, that is a nice move. If not, maybe he wasted a little bit of minerals. Oh, can he get
oh
it?
my God! Will he get it? Get it! Oh no, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. No, drone gets
Ah,
away. He stopped microing the probe for a second. That was so close. But he has done a great job at delaying this hatchery. Like, the hatch timing for Overpool is just after 2 minutes here. So this hatch has already been delayed by like 30 seconds, which is huge. You definitely got to give the advantage here to Sneasel in the early game.
yeah. Oh, also another drone here. I'm not sure if that was another blocking drone, but that was also not mining and very far away. He could have used that to place a third when he had 300 minerals instead of waiting until this probe is scared away. Yeah, now the natural was delayed big time. The third just slightly delayed, and now he tries to do some counter damage, and the forge is only halfway done, so this cannon will take a long time. But he has the third zealot popping out here, so it should be fine here for Sneasel.
Yeah, good opening for Sneasel. Now, I don't think Machines. He keeps trying to get that gateway, but I don't think he's going to get it now that the cannon's just about to start any second. Maybe not. Okay, he's gonna try and skimp on the cannon here for a bit. He's like, you know what? I think I got enough zealots. You're not pressuring my gateway anymore. I don't need the cannon just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get my gas. Maybe even see him get his core. Okay, no, no, maybe yes. Actually, wait. He could still get that
Yeah, I'm
core
not
before the
sure.
cannon.
Cannon's not coming, core is not coming. He has the 200.
Yeah. Where is it going? Where's it going?
It's
All
a
right,
core.
there's the core. Yeah. So he's playing this like pretty greedily, but he can kind of get away with this right at the moment. And yeah, I mean, I'm favoring Sneasel here. He's playing a really nice game. Got that early advantage. He's got away with no cannon. Look at this. He's even pushing out with no cannon. If Machine had a bunch of
Yeah.
speedlings or something ready to backstab, he would be in big trouble.
Yeah, you cannot do that against speedlings, but Sneasel's just doing it. Um, I'm not sure if he had scouting information of the gas. I don't think so. The probe, I think it was killed after blocking that tree. So this is a little bit of a risky play by Sneasel, but it works out perfectly fine here. And now he has to micro those 5 zealots, and he will probably do some damage, if not only forcing the zerglings. It's also good enough here.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he is does have his back against the wall here a little bit, so that helps him trade a little bit more effectively against these Zerglings. But Machine is doing a pretty good job of dealing with them. He's already killed 3 of those zealots, 2 more. So I don't know if those zealots traded as effectively as Sneasel would have liked. Um, Maybe he could have turned around instead once he had forced all the Zerglings, just to save those zealots for his next big attack. But he will lose the last of those zealots now, and I think that was actually better for Machine than it was for Sneasel in this case.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He had the zealots very spread in a big line. I mean, if you have those 5 zealots very compact in a small area, they can get way better trades against Zerglings, but he had them really spread out, so individual zealots got a lot of Zerglings attacking them with a lot of surface area. So this was definitely not a good trade. So Machine keeps all those Zerglings and maybe can use it a little bit later as well.
Yeah, I think that definitely helped Machine catch up a little bit more into this game. Now, what do we have? We do have Sares, and we have the +1 air weapon started for Sneasel, so he's probably going to be committing here to more Sares than we've seen in the previous two games. More of a +1/+1 type style here. Just going to bank up a bunch of Sares and Zealots and move out when he's got +1 on both. Does move out with a couple more Zealots, and he's going to get them caught. Does lose one. Bit unfortunate for him there. He does save one, which is always nice, but losing those Zealots is not what you want at this point in time. You really want to be banking those up for your next move out.
Yeah. This Corsair is moving out. There are two Overlords, so I'm sure he saw the first one. Maybe he can do a little scout. He's opting to scout first instead of killing the Overlord. That's usually, yeah, the safe way to approach this, because if you kill the Overlords and then there is a Hydra bust coming away, you could straight up die. But he's scouting first, and now he probably tries to get back to the Overlord.
Yep. Scout does confirm that the lair hasn't finished yet and is still building. So that's a very nice scout. He knows, okay, there's no threat of mutas or lurkers anytime soon. Continuing to scout around with this other Corsair, maybe checking the bottom bases there, just to see if Zerg maybe took a sneaky base or tried to get away with something down there. Confirms there's no base down there. He's just going to scout around, maybe see if he can pick off some Overlords or what else. Stay on top, which is very important, obviously, in PvZ especially. Now, we do have some Zealots moving out onto the map.
Yeah,
Is +1 in speed almost done? Yeah, okay. It's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
So by the time he gets across the map, those should be finished. Will Machine be able to defend?
And those two Corsairs didn't get a single kill so far. And now it looks like maybe he's getting this one Overlord, but no, too many Hydras. So far the Corsairs didn't really accomplish a lot, and now he has those 8 Zealots, but there's a Sunken here in the natural, and there's also a Sunken making in the third base. I think Machine is fine here.
We'll have to see. He is going to move in. Okay. Pokes in, decides, okay, there's too much there. I can't really take that, and turns around. I think that's probably the better choice here. He did lose one of those Corsairs to some Hydras at the third base. Still got one alive scouting around, seeing no Spire or anything yet. So he can be relatively safe, and he knows he doesn't necessarily need cannons or anything in his mineral lines just yet. Now he's just going to roam the map with these Zealots. Maybe see if there's any lings or some hidden hatchery or something around here that he can pick off. Of course there is not, so he's just going to turn around once he sees nothing there. But never hurts to scout around, at least just see if you can pick something off, if there's something straight you can pick off.
And he's just losing the second Corsair. So he just lost both Corsairs while getting the +1 air attack upgrade, and he didn't even kill a single Overlord. So and he's not producing any more Corsairs. So
Yeah.
this +1 was not really accomplishing anything here. And also he did not see the Spire that was started in the natural of Machine here. So that could be a problem.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I always question Protoss when they go for +1 on the air and only make a couple of Corsairs. It's either, get +1 and make a lot of Corsairs, or don't get +1 and only make a few Corsairs. But now he gets these Zealots trapped in here. Okay, he manages to get out with about half of them, but he does lose a few for free there. Not what you want to see. He's going to have to run those home, try and meet them up with his army. Looks like he's positioned to try and take a third base. But this is a pretty big army for Machine here. There are a few storms. Maybe only 2 storms available. Okay, there'll 3, 4, couple more just finishing now. So maybe he can hold on if Machine were to move across the map. But I am starting to get a little bit worried. If Machine does a good job at dodging, if he pressures Sneasel at all, he could be in a little bit of trouble.
I have the feeling there's not a single dodge needed, because Mutalisks are on the way with all the Corsairs dead. He will just lose all the High Templars, and the game will be pretty much over, I think, if Machine can snipe them before they get storms off on the Hydralisks.
Oh, we'll have to see. Flying in here now, seeing if they can find some. Now, the Mutalisks are flying past the army, so they're going to miss the High Templars. They could potentially get some good storms off here. One storm goes off, but it only hits one Hydra. Another storm, but again, they're on the retreating Hydra, so it's not getting a lot of value out of these storms.
Oh. Machine is losing a lot of Hydralisks not being microed against Zealots, but overall, it doesn't matter how many free Hydras you lose. if the Protoss has no
Wow.
storms left for the Hydras, okay, or only maybe one or two, Protoss will not win the fight against Mass Hydras, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
That
GG.
felt like a terrible trade there for Sneasel. He just lost so many zealots at the end for almost nothing, and he lost all his High Templars without getting. He got a couple of storms off, but they weren't really on anything. So that was about
Yeah.
the worst fight he could have taken with the army he had. It's just a bit unfortunate for him there, but very nice there for Machine. He did a good job picking off those High Templar, and he will advance to the winners match. So,
Yes. One last comment about the match. It's even more frustrating if you go for +1 air attack and then you get like 4 or 5 High Templars killed by 4 or 5 Mutalisks. Ah, that was very unfortunate here for Sneasel. Okay,
yeah.
but now we have the next match coming. Let's take a look at the group again. Here we have it. So we just saw Machine taking it 2-1 against Sneasel, advancing to the winners match here. And Sneasel will have another shot in the losers match. And now we have our Peruvian Terran Goku against the Polish Zerg Zoom. And yeah, of course, the winner of this match will play Machine in the winners match, and the loser will play the elimination match against Sneasel.
All right. Yeah, I wonder how TVZ fares on this match or this map. Is it more? I feel like it's more of a bio map, maybe, but just because there's not a ton of bases you can take, your third base isn't going to have gas if you're going mech. Just it feels more bio-ish to me, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'm sure Goku knows better than I would, and we'll have to see what he wants to go for.
Yeah, but I definitely agree. I think bio is definitely more common on Blue Storm. Yeah, but let's find out in the game. The game is loaded up, and we are jumping in right now. Okay, the score is of course 0-0. Sorry about that. Okay, so in the bottom left, we have our blue Terran from Peru. It is Goku.
All right, and in the top right, our red Zerg, ZZZ, also known as Zoom from Poland.
All right, of
Hey,
course.
oh,
I'm so sorry. I put
oh,
zero in instead of Zoom.
guys, Zero is playing in Ghost League. Heard it
Okay.
here first. All right. Well, what do the players want to do? Looks like Goku is going to throw that first supply depot there to kind of block the behind his minerals. Uh, it feels like it's almost like a little bit of a harder map to go for a standard Rax expand kind of thing on as well. Because Zerg has a lot of options, a lot of space where they could kind of run around, and having build the depot in his main instead of kind of towards the natural to try and start wall it off makes me think maybe he's going to take a slightly later expansion, like a factory expand, or maybe he just wants to go 2 racks, or maybe he'll still expand and just get a bunker up and wall with a bunker and supply depot. We'll have to see. I
Mhm.
don't know how Terran necessarily wants to play this.
It is definitely possible to create a wall with just one barracks and one depot here in the choke.
Yeah.
I've tested that recently. But yeah, since he's not going for that, as you say, he will probably go for second Rex or the bunker very quickly. And probably needs that scouting information first and then decides what he wants to do.
We got a comment from Hatchet in chat just to tell us how confident Zero is that he would qualify for Pro League if he wanted to. So he couldn't be here in the Ghost League. He would definitely be in Pro League, right?
Probably, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, if you
but
rig the rules a bit because it's your tournament, it's definitely possible. No, just kidding. He's also
Zero
very
gets a
skilled.
couple hundred free ammo. Yeah, he's definitely a very good player as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back into the game, the SCV was killed there. Um, now he should know, or he did see that gas time, so he should know this is probably a 2 hash build, and he is going to go ahead and do the command center rack expand. I was questioning
Yeah.
this a little bit just because normally you might see the Terran try to build his um, barracks or something up here a little bit further just to help wall. Like it's a similar idea. What we talked about in that PVZ is the walling is a little bit wider, can be a little bit more difficult. Just having extra buildings up here to kind of wall yourself in, protect
Mhm.
yourself against a bunch of early speedlings can be useful. And especially now that he lost that SCV, like he doesn't know if Zoom is going a bunch of speedlings in behind this. And if he did, like he could run into the main easily or
Yeah.
bust a position here. Now, even with that bunker, like he could just ignore that. Now, I like this scout. Okay, Goku is going to send another scout out to try and find these Zerglings, see if they're coming. Oh, what is this? The mind
Oh,
read? Like the
wow.
Zerglings tried to dodge the scout, and then the scout goes up and catches them.
Yeah, that was a
No way.
weird movement of the SCV there, perfectly scouting the zealots, the
Are
zerglings.
they both are map hacking or what? No, just kidding. Only kidding, of course. But now we will have the Zerglings get into the choke here, and we'll see. Like he can definitely run around this bunker. Uh, we actually have a bunch of SCVs pulled from Goku to try and block that run by. Um,
Yeah, he definitely knows it's a possibility here, and he doesn't know if speed is finishing, because yeah, he doesn't know for how long Zoom has been mining the gas here. So speed could be done. So he pulls the SCVs to make sure they are not running in. But now he saw the Zerglings, he saw the speed is not done, and it was a lair first actually. And we see the Spire. I don't think he saw the Spire. I think the SCV left before the Spire was started.
mm, okay, now the fact that he didn't see a Hydralisk den will probably tip him off that this is most likely or should be Mutalisks then.
Yeah.
Um, Now, no turrets started just yet, but of course he doesn't need them quite yet. Now we do see a second barracks coming down from him, and now this is kind of where I would have expected his first one to go. But you can see now how he's really walling and choking this off, and Zoom even just diving in there with those links, seeing if he could potentially get a run by. But with that barracks there, there's not really much opportunity for him to sneak into the main. So nice positioning there. Now this looks like a 2 racks academy type build, but the academy hasn't been started quite yet for Goku. Okay, I stand corrected. He's actually going up into a 3rd racks here.
Yeah, the +1 is almost halfway done,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
we'll probably see +1 attack. As soon as this +1 is done, he will probably move out, but he needs to start the academy anyways very soon to get the medics in time for the +1. If he starts it any
Academy's
later,
already done. It
wait.
was hiding on us.
Ah, it was hiding below the minimap. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Sorry guys, the academy
there we
has
go.
finished. We were just blind. We couldn't find it hiding under the minimap.
Okay, so yeah,
Look
he
at
will
this.
go for that +1 attack, so he will get the medics and he is getting the stim. But the Mutalist out. He's confirming the Mutalist now. And a Hydrogen is also here, and I think the SCV also scouted that. So he probably will assume that Zoom is not staying on a Mass Mutalist, but is only getting a few, and that means he can actually go for the move out here.
Yeah, I really like that timing of that scout from Goku going into the natural and main there with the SCV. It really just showed, like, hey, or kept the mutas back, sorry, from Zoom. Just buys him a few more time and like perfect timing, like you said. So he was able to confirm the Mutalisks and buy himself a little bit of extra time. So nice little play there from Goku. Does pick off those Lings. I don't know if these mutas are going to be able to find too much damage. Turrets are up. They're in pretty good position here around his base. He's up on 4 Raxes now. +1 is just about to finish out, so he may even be looking to try and start pressuring and pushing Zoom and his Mutalisks back here.
Yeah, but the lurker upgrade is already halfway done. The third base is up. Gas is well, the extractor is getting built here. So yeah, I don't think Goku can do something about this anytime soon.
Did pick off one of those Mutalisks. Don't want to get too close to the ledge. That would allow Zoom a chance to micro that group of Marines down. But now he has another group of Marines and he's trying to join them up here. And once this joins up, he's going to be able to start pressuring out on the map here and start getting some map control.
Yeah, and the Hydralisk moved very close to Goku's base, and that could be what loses him the game, because it looks like Goku is now seeing those lurkers, or maybe not,
No,
or changing
is he going
direction
to
in the
miss them?
last.
He
I think he
literally just
is.
has to go up on the high ground.
Oh, he misses them. Okay, I just want to say if Goku catches those 5 lurkers now, he can also clear the third base, but this is a weird
Wow,
situation now. So what is Zoom gonna do here? Will he defend his third or will he counterattack into the natural?
that feels bad. He just missed them going up with the other group too. Now, lurkers are going to run towards the natural. I mean, this group of Marines should be able to kill the third base here of Zerg, but like you said, is he going to be able to defend at the natural? He's building a second bunker, realizing this is a possibility, but is it going to be too late? 5 lurkers run in here. There's not a lot of Zergling support. Oh, they're going to run
Oh,
straight into the main and get on top of the production here and into the mineral line of Goku.
yeah. Also, no, this blocking barracks was not in place anymore, so he could just straight, yeah, run in straight into the base here. But 2 lurkers already dead, and I mean he killed the third base instead, so I would not count Goku out here. Sure, it's always bad if lurkers are in your base, but I don't think he takes too much damage here, to be honest.
Yeah, he picked off another lurker and a half there at Zoom's natural. He's got more lurkers morphing. They're both kind of trading blows here, but it looks like Goku was about ready to clean this up. He stims and goes in. There goes the scan. Will be able to clean up the rest of the lurkers in his base so he can get mining from that natural again. Now that the dust settles, where are we? Who's ahead here? I feel like Terran might have a little bit of an advantage even after all that lost mining time.
Yeah, I think the lurker attack did less damage than expected. Maybe it would have been better to burrow the lurkers on the production here instead of going to the mineral line because that allowed Goku to get a sizable marine reinforcement group to clear the lurkers. Oh, but now he gets a tank caught here.
All right, well, another run by attempt coming in here from Zoom. Will this work? I mean, he's getting on top of the production again, but there's more than enough army out that should be able to deal with the lurkers in his base.
I think this one is a lot better here.
Yeah. Those lurkers trading really well at the moment. They're all pretty low on health, so... Oh, where's the scan? Where's the scan?
Oh,
Loses the gas as well.
also, no medics around for those first 10 marines, so that was a very good trade for for Zoom. Of course, he loses the lurkers eventually, but I think this was a way better attack than the first lurker move here.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, he is retaking his third base on the top left here. This is kind of on Goku's side of the map, so I feel like he's hoping this one kind of goes out and scouted, at least until he can set up like a bunch of lurkers and sunkens or something, get a defiler out. Because we do see he is taking up to those defilers now. His defiler mount's about halfway finished. So they will come into play here shortly. Goku really needs to get out onto the map before defilers start becoming a factor. If Zoom can get across the map with his own defilers on top of Goku's base, it's going to be very dangerous and very, very deadly for him. So he really, really needs to start pushing out. Looks like he's kind of maybe sitting back and wanting to poise to take a third base. However, I don't know if this is the right choice.
To be honest, this group looks so small. I think Zoom can just overrun it. And yeah,
Yeah,
he's thinking the same, and he's doing it.
yeah. Oh no, this looks looking very bad for Goku here. Well, he managed
Yeah,
to save some of his units, but Tank is going to eventually, kill these lurkers if Zoom doesn't move them.
but consume is already over halfway done here, and I'm sure the defiler is there. The defiler is there. I don't see a defiler yet. So okay, no defiler here available so far for Zoom here. But I mean, if he had the defiler now, consume is finishing right now. He could just
Yeah,
Dark Swarm the natural here.
he is
Goku really
building the
has to move
Fowler now.
out.
Yeah, this top left base now could actually come, like, he could get the filers to the natural a lot quicker if he's building them at the top left base. We can see he's actually just droning up there, but if he had built even one defiler there, it would get to that natural really quickly. I was like, oh, maybe this is the big brain play here, right? Build your defilers at this hidden base, and they're going to get to the natural so fast.
Yeah.
But the defilers are walking across the map now, or trying to. Looks like he doesn't fit through that middle choke, so he's getting stuck. Oh no.
Ah, okay.
This
Here.
is
Yeah.
yeah, this is buying Goku a lot of time actually. And we do have a
Oof.
drop in the main as well.
Oh wow. Wow, all the drones are dead and the Defiler mod is getting killed. The Sunken Colony will not save this. And Goku's even moving out with the rest, so it looked like a super nice position here for Zoom, but now it looks like the world is falling apart for him here. He's losing on all fronts in his main base here. He's now losing this mineral only base probably.
Yeah, the third, his top left base was also scouted by a Marine as well, so Goku is aware of that. Like, this looked really good for Zoom just like a minute ago, but he couldn't get his defilers in place quick enough, and now his whole army is just doing nothing while his base is dying. Like, he's got a bunch of lurkers and lings at home, and they just stayed at home. They didn't really try and help defend, or he didn't use them to try and pressure, and now he's just losing everything. He's just falling apart from that one drop and a little attack here at the third base.
Yeah. And that one Defiler that got stuck here in the natural is now used to cast a Dark Swarm on
Over no
itself.
units.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, really unfortunate, man. He had the timing. He could have had a Defiler to cast Dark Swarm on Goku's base, but now
Drop
just
top
everything,
left.
yeah, not working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
There's another
counterattack.
drop top left
Wow, so
too.
many
Yeah.
tanks.
Yeah, I mean that's all he could do, right? He took so much damage. He's like, I have to go all in. I have to try and bust him. I have to do something. But like you said, so many tanks there. He couldn't break in, and he was being dropped in the top left here as well. He was
Yeah.
about to lose that base. So GG. I mean, it looked like Goku was just about dead, and then all of a sudden, one little play, and he comes right back. Terran just destroys the Zerg and takes game number one. So well played from him.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like Zoom sadly didn't see his own consume timing. Like his consume was done if he made that Defiler at this forward hedge. He really could have prevented this, but yeah, now we have Goku up 1-0, and now we go into the second game. Any seconds?
Yeah, will we get another game three? I mean, like we said, Zoom was looking good there for a while. I think he could have taken that game, so maybe he could take this game and we can have another game three on our hands.
Yeah, and the map is actually Tallcross. So this is a well, it was a very popular map many years ago, but has not been played in the last few years. So I will put it up on the screen here so that everyone can see it. Yeah, what do you think about Taucross?
Yeah, I like this map. A little known fact is I actually suggested they put this in the ladder pool a long time ago when Remastered was still new at the Zotac event. But no,
Ah, okay.
it's a fun map. There's definitely options here. Like there's little cliffs above the naturals you can see, which can be good to micromutas from, but you can also do things like drop tanks up there and start to kill the gas or to try and kill some drones or something. It's really annoying as Protoss when Terrans do something like that. Very wide open mains as well. So like if you look at the left side of the map with that red starting location, a lot of area that Mutalisks can just fly in and try and attack. So it'll be hard to kind of defend everywhere in your main as Terran. But we'll have to see. Like he could definitely go for mech if he wanted to. Again, it could be a little bit harder, just limited on the gas bases and how you have to expand. So we'll see.
Yeah, let's see how it plays out. I definitely think that some of the starting locations are different from others. I mean, it's a three-player map in
Yeah.
general that makes it a little bit harder, but I think especially on Torcross, you can see that they are not equally fair in some situations. In my opinion, I can't tell you the specifics about Terran versus Zerg. Maybe they are fine there. But there are definitely some differences for Protoss players. But yeah,
Yep.
let's see how this TVZ plays out.
Especially kind of looking at the 6 o'clock position too. Like you can see the minerals aren't against the wall or anything.
Yeah.
Like there's so much room behind the minerals at the 6 o'clock position. Both the other two positions, minerals are right up against the edge of the wall in the main base, but there's like a whole other base behind your minerals in the bottom spawn. So that can definitely come into play. But we'll see if
Yeah,
anyone even gets that.
yeah, 100%. This, like, for example, the top right, it's in a corner, so Mutalisk cannot fly around that easily. There's only a little bit of surface area for the top right main base and natural,
Mhm.
while on the bottom and also a little bit on the left, the Mutalisk can basically attack from any angle. So that could change a little bit, or that could change the game a little bit. But yeah, let's find out. And we start game 2 here between Goku and Zoom. Okay, and here we go on the left side of Taucross. We have our Peruvian Terran up 1-0. It is Goku.
Asking if it's above 3 or above 5. All right, and in the top right are Red Zerg, ZZZ, or Zoom. Now, he's continuing to ask, oh, maybe he had it on Ally Chat before.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah. Now, what we were talking about before about these open bases and places for Mutalisks, Zerg here is in the best location for if he's like, okay, I'm going to go Mutalist this game because I know I'm in top right. Uh, I know my opponent is not in the position where Mutalisks would be the least effective. Not that they would be necessarily bad in this position either, but they're a lot more effective, excuse me, against the other two spawns. So look for probably Mutalisks, I would say. Meanwhile, Goku's got to be thinking, okay, I've got this open area, huge open base here on all sides, like a lot of area for Mutalisks to come in. So we'll see if that plays any factor in his decision for what strategy he wants to go for this game.
Yeah, he's again building that supply depot near his minerals, so he's not opting for any kind of wall, but is now sending the SCV out to make the barracks. So pretty much the same opening that he did last time, position-wise from the buildings. And on the other side, we have a Zoom with an yeah, what was it? It was a 9 pool actually, 9 pool into drone trick. So he will have some early circlings. We have not seen that last game, I think, and Goku was fine having only like one marine and no bunker in the very beginning. This time, yeah, those early zerglings could do some damage if he doesn't scout it, but luckily Goku is scouting the correct direction here.
Yeah, he saw the Overlord as well, so he knows exactly where this is. We do have Zoom hiding a drone here behind the minerals to wait until that SCV, excuse me, goes by so he can take the hatch. Oh,
Oh,
that
clever.
timing there almost was perfect for Goku to still block that, but he does see the hatch go down, and he will see these Zerglings now on the way to his base, so he should be able to prepare for this.
Yeah. Cannot get into the main and scout the gas. That's also very important information you want to have against Zerg. So he's not sure if this is fast speedling or just 6 normal links here. So he has to take this seriously. He has to make the bunker, and yeah, he is doing that. He's also pulling some SCVs for the additional block. So he's taking this seriously, and that's good for him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take any real damage here. Of course, it forces the SCVs off the line and everything. Um, but it's not too bad considering Zero went or Zero. Now I'm doing it. Zoom went for the fast pool and lower economy for himself. So both players should be okay here. Maybe you'd say Goku got a little bit of an advantage, only having to pull a couple of SCVs here to fully block. But either way, this can still transition just fine into a normal game.
Yeah. We see a different. Oh wow, Goku trying to just run the SCV straight through the Zerglings, hoping that Zoom is not seeing that. But yeah, Zoom is on top of things and blocked this first SCV and is also making sure the second SCV cannot really get out. Will he send a third one now? Now's the time. Okay. No, loses it SCV, no scouting information done. What was the first 100 gas being used for? It was the speed this time. So we have speed circlings, and then the layer afterwards.
Yeah, and we can continue. We do see that he is continuing to bank up some more Zerglings. He got 6 more out on the map here, just sitting on the bridge. So if there is an SCV that got out, they won't scout it. Now, if the SCV does get in, he can still look and say, "Hey, you've got no drones, buddy. Where's all your larva gone to?" And be able to
Mhm.
figure out, okay, he probably made a bunch of Zerglings. But even just giving him the chance to make a mistake is better than just giving him the information for free. Now, 6 more Zerglings or 8 more Zerglings coming out of the main here, main and natural. So we have what, a total 14 plus 6, 20 Zerglings on the map. This could be dangerous here for Goku. Like, he doesn't really know this is coming. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a ton here. He does have a bit of a wall to maybe prevent a run by, but we'll see how this goes.
Ideally, you want a wall in front of the things you don't want to lose,
Yeah.
instead of using the things you don't want to lose as the wall. Man, only 11 drones, so Zoom is completely all in here, but it could work. Oh, Zergling's getting stuck on the depot so badly. Oh, man.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, he will get some
Wow.
lings into the main. Very nice pull from Goku, but there's still a bunch of lings here into the main. They're going to start hammering at what they can. Oh, and a couple of fire bats even pop out. So very nicely timed there. They kill a few of those lings. Um, yeah, only 5 left. Like, I mean, this is still annoying, but I don't think they got the damage done they needed to.
Definitely not. Wow, so many Zerglings got blocked on those on that one depot. I can't believe what. I still cannot believe one depot is capable of blocking so many Zerglings for so long. It's crazy.
Well, a few more lings do slip into the main here. Like, there's still a decent number of lings that can be annoying, and he's continuing to produce lings, so he's just really going all in with this. But so far, he hasn't got the damage done he's needed to. Now, we do have Goku building another depot, or bunker, sorry, to help block that area up a bit more to prevent more lings. But the more lings he sees come into his base, the more he knows, okay, this guy's all in, I just have to defend this, and I should win the game.
Yeah, and he lost some additional Zerglings here in the main base. He lost some additional Zerglings here against that bunker in the natural, and oh yeah, only 3 Zerglings. They are dying, and I think with that, pretty much the chances of Zoom winning this game here. He's still on 11 drones, switching into Lurker all in right now.
Oh
It's
no.
crazy.
And the SCV's gonna scout the Hydralisks too. Did he see it now? Did he see it? The Hydra's barely got out of vision. Looks like he's sending his Marines out, so maybe he did see that, looking for those Hydralisks.
Mhm.
But look, you can see he's already got 3 bunkers. He's taking this super serious. Oh, he does see a lurker egg when his SCV gets killed there.
Yeah.
He did see I had the vision, yeah. So he does know. Okay, he's scouting for a potential lurker drop here. Look at this,
Ah, yeah,
picking
that's
off
a very
that.
nice thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Only
But
three
does he have enough?
Marines. Only 3 Marines
Yeah,
in those 3 bunkers total.
yeah. Zoom's just gonna go for it. Like, maybe he thought with 3 bunkers there, he wasn't.
Oh man.
He's like, okay, he won't attack into this, right? But he still attacks because he knows he has to make something work here. He knows he's super far behind if he can't get any damage done. Uh, that one bunker is not going to fall down. He's going to repair it. Does force the pull. It's something. It's nice, but I don't think. Again, I still don't think this is enough damage.
No, again, definitely not, because he tried to run into the main. Maybe if he can get on top of the barracks, he can deal some additional damage, but he was blocked by SCVs and didn't burrow. And yeah, okay, he's preventing the mining here, but he's on such a low drone count. Goku doesn't need that additional mineral line right at this moment.
Yeah. Now Goku seems pretty low on SCVs himself, actually, for this point of the game. I'm not sure if the lurkers killed a few. I don't think so. He's only got 2 kills, so maybe he just wasn't producing a lot of SCVs.
Yep.
So the longer this goes on, if he's droning up at home, he could maybe actually fight back into this game. Considering if the space still hasn't been cleaned out, I mean, you don't want to lose that command center either. He's gonna have to lift that off. At least use the scans or something first. But
Yeah, I think he's just using those scans, yeah, and now lifts CC.
Yeah, confirming, trying to see if there was a third base from Zerg and didn't find one.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, Goku probably didn't make a lot of SCVs because he thought that he only has to defend all in, which I think is fine. I think it's a good decision. I think he's still ahead here. But he needs to clear those two lurkers soon, I would say. But he has the tank now, so with some scans now, he should be able to clear that very quickly.
Yeah. Now Zoom made a bunch of more units behind this. We can see at least another few lurkers coming across and a bunch of zerglings. I wonder, like, if he had just droned up, if he would be back in this game, right? Like, because this whole time Goku hasn't made any SCVs. If all these lings and lurkers were drones, I think Zoom would actually be in a great position. Just for considering how long he's actually denied this and how low SCVs Goku has. But now he wants to continue to try and make this all in work, and this time I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, this time there are Marines in the bunkers, more Marines, not only 3. And I mean, there are medics, there's a siege tank, there are 2 missile turrets, even another siege tank. There's no way this can work.
All right, well, he's going for it. He does maybe pick off one bunker. Oh, but loses every single lurker, and then he GG's out after that. Yeah, like, it's hard to say. It's easy for us to say from our position, like, Zoom could have just gone for a bunch of drones, and I think he would have actually been in a great spot. But instead, he went for those extra units and tried to bust, and he just lost. But from his perspective, he's probably thinking, "Oh no, I've lost this game, right? Like I didn't get enough damage done. I'm so low on drones. There's no way I can come back." But from what we know, Goku really didn't have a lot of SCVs, and had he droned up, he probably would have been able to fight back in that game. But as it is, well played. Goku does take it down, so he will advance to that winners match, and Zoom will fall to the losers match to fight Sneasel.
Yeah, let's get the group on the screen here again. So the 2 players on the left, Machine and Goku, win their games, and they will now meet up in the winners game. Which is also a TVZ, of course, so Goku can play the same matchup again. Machine has to switch a little bit. But yeah, I think we are jumping right in. The map is Taucross again. So first map of the winners match between Machine and Goku is again Taucross. So let's jump right in again.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see something quite like we just saw there, because to me, Machine is more of a standard or more of a macro kind of style player, where as Zoom can pull out those aggressive strategies. So I think we'll probably see something a little bit more macro based, but you never know. This time we can't use the red blue. We got to switch colors back.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay. So in the teal color on the left side of Taucross, we have our Terran Goku.
All right, and in the 5:30-ish position, 5 o'clock position, we have our black Zerg from America. It is Machine. All right. Well, we do have a Terran in the final, so nice to see. Will he advance? Still remains to be seen. But either way, one of these two players will advance and move on and be our first player actually into the round of 16. The other player won't be eliminated, of course. He will be in that final match, awaiting the winner of Sneasel versus Zoom.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so Overlord scouting in the wrong direction here. So we talked about this earlier. If the Terran is in the top right, it's a little bit easier for him to play against Mutalisks. But we can see that's not the case. Machine is scouting there. And yeah, it's going for a hatchery here. 12 hatch for Machine.
Yep, pretty standard stuff for coming out from him. And so far, we've only seen Goku really go for bio. Imagine we'll see similar or a bio again. Once again, he hasn't taken that gas yet, but yeah, up on 13 supplies, still no gas. So this looks like it will probably be another bio opener or Rax expand coming out here from Goku.
Yeah. So in the first game, he did use a one Rex engineering bay build, and then added the second Rex after the engineering bay, and maybe even after the academy. I'm not sure. So he went for very fast +1 and stim. In the last game we saw here against Zoom, where he had to defend the all-in, he went for double Rex right away. So that is a little change here in Goku's play. But I'm curious to see what he opens up with here.
Well, he excuse me, he is gonna find Zerg first here. Oh, actually, he sent a double scout. Never mind. But he is gonna find
Hmm.
Zerg either way and confirm that there was a 12 hatch. He is gonna confirm the gas has already been mined, so he should know. Okay, I'm up against a 2 hatch build here, which is pretty common, pretty standard in the meta these days for Zerg against Terran.
Yeah, and if Machine wanted to use the first 100 gas for the lair, then he gets it scouted, but he's doing it anyways. So yeah, Goku gets all the information he needs here. Can also see that the drones are still mining. So I think there are builds where the Zerg pulls out after the initial 100, or at least pulls out like 1 or 2 drones. Here he's still mining with 3, so that usually is telling the Terran that there is also circling speed coming. So that's very good information for Goku here.
Yeah. So he'll know exactly what he's up against. Gets his bunker, knowing there's lings on the way. Even pulling a couple SCVs. We have seen him play pretty safe in these positions and make sure he's got a wall or pulling SCVs to block, just not wanting to die to any early attacks. Machine's just going to poke in, see the bunker, turn around and be like, okay, you're safe. I don't need to attack you. I don't have to attack you. I forced the bunker. We're good. Looks like it will be on Terran's side, 2 Racks Academy build. We got that second Racks done and the Academy being started, which is a pretty good build. Pretty fine build against 2 Hatch. Now, Zerg side looks like probably 2 Hatch Muta. Yep, there's the Spire starting just now.
Yeah, and again, Goku is getting this SCV in here and is
Yeah,
getting the perfect scouting information once again. So he is confirming the Spire. He knows the timing of it. That's very important. All the Terrans on this level have the timings mapped out. When they know the Spire is that much done, they know when to start the turrets, so they are done in time for the mutas arriving. So that's very nice for Goku here. But so far we don't see an engineering bay.
yeah. No, I agree. Like this whole series, Goku or group Goku, it keeps getting these SCVs in. So very good by him getting that scouting information. And as you say, that there is the eBay just starting now, so he should have that finished and be able to get his turrets up in time. But like we were talking about the last series, he is in this position where there's a lot of area or angles the mutas could come in from. So a lot of area he has to cover, right? If he is going to start building turrets, he could pick off depots. He could go for those racks. He could go for the academy. He can even go to the natural. There's just so many places that he's going to have to be able to cover with these mutalisks. But in saying that, he is pushing out with a group of bio here. There's only one sunken here, so I think this is actually going to. Okay, he is making the mutalisks now. I was going to say, I think this might even force Machine to have to make the Zerglings, but the Spire is done in time. Now, will he be able to defend here with only one sunken before the mutalisks pop?
It doesn't look like that's the case. The mutalisks are definitely needed here, but will he lose the drones for this? Okay, losing 1 drone. Oh, the mutalisks. Okay, barely get away. Oh, this one. Oh, this one's actually dying. But in the end, Machine should be able to defend this. But second Mutalist dying already. Third Mutalist dying. Wow, that's a lot of damage for Goku here.
Firebat trying to sneak into the main, but it does get picked off, so we won't get any drone kills. So yeah, like I got a question. Like it was very nice timed by Goku, but it's almost like Machine either had to make the lings or he's like, I'm gonna risk it with the mutas because he only had one sunken, right? I would have liked to have seen either one more sunken or some more lings to buffer for that sunken. Um, he will clean this up, but at what cost, right? Like I definitely would
Yeah.
say Goku's in a little bit better position. Yes, he lost his whole army there, but he did a lot of damage. He forced a lot of lost mining time, killed like what was it, 3 or 4 mutalisks, killed a
Yeah,
couple of
four.
one drone at least anyway. But now it's Machine's turn. We'll see if he can get any counter damage done now that he's cleaned that up.
Oh, the turrets are just in time finishing. Really, Goku playing a very nice game here.
Yeah.
Um, And by the way, this attack was also only possible because he had the exact spire timing scouted with the SCV early on. So he knew he could start moving out from his natural and hit at the perfect time before the Mutalists are out. So everything going very right here for Goku, and he actually has a
Look
little
at
squad
this.
here on the map, and he's killing more drones. The Mutalists are not here, and Machine is just now making 2 additional Mutalisks, but yeah, he has no Zerglings, nothing in the base.
I think he's gonna get this hatch. Maybe. If he if he focused it, he might have been able to kill it. Okay, he will clean this up. Doesn't lose the hatch, which is very, very good for him. If he lost that hatch, it would be huge there for Goku. But I still feel like Goku's in such a good position. Granted, like the supplies are very close here, closer than you might expect. But I feel like Goku's just well ahead in this position.
Yeah, he also he saw that the drones were mineral walking out of the natural, so that means that Goku should know there's a third base on the map, or maybe there could be an overlord on some minerals and Machine clicked that, but he probably assumes that there's a third base already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sending the scout
Yeah,
here.
he's gonna scout. Oh, but this time it will actually get caught.
Or
Or will
not.
it? Okay, no, it escapes. He hits it once, but it does escape. So the SCV will still scout. Goku with the magic scouting SCVs against these Zergs. He will confirm that third base location there. So good for him. Meanwhile, we do have a group of Bile here pushing across the map. Seeing if he can't get a little bit done. He's probably going to have to wait for a few more reinforcements before he pushes too much further. But oh, we do have a bit of an engage here. Okay, yeah, pulling back. I don't know if you necessarily want to engage in there with just Mutalisks. You really need a few Lings to help buffer. Or some good micro, of course.
I think so far the trades are definitely fine for Goku. He pretty much kills the Mutalist every single time. Yeah, here you can see it again. So even if he will lose all those Marines here, he did kill a lot of Mutalists in the whole game. And now you can even see many Mutalists are low HP here. So yeah, no damage done by the Mutalists at all in the Terran main base so far.
Yeah, but now we can see Machines actually pulled ahead in supply here. So we were raving about how good Goku was playing or looked like he was doing here, but all of a sudden Machine has the supply lead here. And he's able to get in with these Mutalisks. Oh, but he's going to lose a couple to these turrets. At least one anyways. Bit unfortunate there for him. Trying to fly in to see if he can find some damage. So no real damage done to Goku there. But he does, Machine on the other hand, does have his third base up and running now. His third gas is going. Do we see any additional tech? Not yet. I feel like that's late, right? Like he should be getting that Queen's Nest going and Hive started if he wanted to go that route.
Well, he is transitioning to Lurkers now, so the Lurker upgrade is
Oh, okay.
hacking right now in the Hydralisk Den. So he will, yeah, go into some of the Lurkers and then transition to Hive probably. And one interesting thing here, Goku is actually going for double starport, not tanks this time. So he opted for tanks in the last game or games in both games. This time he's going for the SK Terran style where he produces only bio plus double vessel after this initial dropship maybe. So yeah, that will be
Yep.
interesting. But as you say, the worker count is looking nice for Machine here. Even if he didn't really get a lot of damage done to Goku, he was able to make a lot of drones. And maybe Goku did not produce SCVs the whole time again. So that's nice for Machine.
Yeah, maybe that's one thing we're noticing here with Goku. He seems low on SCVs in both these games, but he does have a dropship now flying out. The Mutalisk could catch this. Did they notice it? I think he must have, right? It looks like he's fanning his Mutalisks out to
Where
try and
is
see if he
it?
can catch it.
I cannot see it right now.
The
Okay,
dropship flew
okay,
back into
I
the
see.
main. He turned around when he saw the Mutalisks, but like look at the way that Machine's fanning his Mutas out. He's got like so much map vision looking for that dropship. Now he thinks,
Ah,
okay, it must be going to the top, and he's right in this, right? He's gonna catch this dropship. Very nice play from Machine, I gotta say.
yeah, but I have to be critical of Goku here. I mean, he flew through this overlord. He clearly saw the overlord, and he went into one direction, and he did not change the direction. So he made it very easy for Machine to catch that dropship here.
Yeah. All right. Well, Machine has fought back, or sorry, Goku's fought back. He is ahead in supply now. Now it's still very close, supply-wise, which usually you would say favors Zerg a little bit. Now we do have a bunch of lurkers. Hive has been started as well. It's actually about half finished. So yeah, we're gonna have a situation where Goku can't really get onto the map before Defilers. Although he is pushing out, but in this time that he's pushing out, Machine decides now's the time to move for a counter attack.
Oh wow.
I don't know about this attack. We'll see.
Yeah, all the Mutalists die instantly. The Lurkers burrow, okay, but in the end, Goku will clear this. Yeah, I
Wow.
don't think that was the best attack for Machine here.
Yeah, I wonder why he decided to go. Like maybe he's like, I saw the group of bio leave. He's not gonna have much. I can kill his natural or something.
Mhm.
But there was just too much there, and Machine just lost his whole army for very little damage, really. So, like as you can see now, Goku's 20 supply up. All of a sudden, this is looking a little bit better for him. He's gonna be able to start getting that map presence we were just talking about, and put the pressure back onto Machine here a little bit. Now, in saying that, Defiler Mount has started, so we will see Defilers coming out shortly. But will it be soon enough? I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely has 3 vessels here. Has three irradiates, I think. Oh, but he has to be careful. Oh no, losing 6 Marines here. Where are the irradiates? Is irradiate not done? It is, but he's not casting it. Interesting.
Maybe he wants to save it for the Defilers.
Yeah, yeah. That could be the only reason I can imagine. Yeah.
No, he's just retreating back to his base. Like he's giving Machine a lot of room here. I mean, okay, yes, his army's a little bit smaller, but you really, as Terran, you got to kind of be out on the map. You don't want to be sitting back in your own base because that's when Zerg can come into your base with a bunch of Defilers and just kill you. Okay, the Radiates will go down on these Lurkers now. He does get 3 off. Scourge going to try and chase those down, but of course he retreats over those Marines, so he should be fine. Going to be fine to pick off a stray Overlord as well.
Yeah. So, will he actually go for a third base, or does Goku want to finish this game here? I'm not sure. He's moving just through the middle, catching some stray units here and there, casting some irradiates, but I don't know. He's not pressuring Machine so far. Machine is just growing. He's getting the Defiler, and it feels like Goku is missing his timing window here, if he even has
Yeah.
one.
Well, his army is even getting split up here. That's dangerous. Okay, he is going to be able to get it back together there in the middle. Now I did see 2 more drop ships being loaded up. Where did they go? Okay, here they are. They're
With the
flying
army.
towards, I guess, the third base, yeah. Or they're just going to fly with the army. Maybe he's going to load into the back. Oh, that's what he's going to do. He's going to
Yeah.
load into the back of Machine's base here. And this could be a very powerful move. We did see him use drop ships quite effectively to end Zero or Zoom sorry, last series. And will he do it again here? There's nothing really in place for this.
Oh, and he
What
could
can
cancel the
Machine defend?
consume upgrade here in the Defiler mount. Yes, he's killing the Defiler mount. Is there a Defiler started? No, there's not. That is an
Wow.
important drop here, important kill. Oh,
Uh,
but the
he
vessels.
does. Yeah, he's gonna lose all his vessels here. But I feel like the damage has been done. Even just canceling consume and defilers is huge. And now he's gonna ferry in even more units. He's gonna have to scan here. Okay, scan does go down. So again, I think we're seeing Goku come back from a spot that maybe he wasn't favored in. All of a sudden, just flip the game on its head and win with a nice bio drop.
Yeah, wow. I really didn't expect that. Because, especially because Machine had a spotting circling here and he saw the army moving to this bottom right corner of the map. And I'm not sure if he scouted the dropship, but yeah, Machine was completely unprepared, and that shows you how fast you can lose a game of StarCraft if you're not prepared for a very decisive move by your opponent.
Yeah. Wow. Well played. Goku's just one win away now from advancing to the next round, being our first player in the round of 16, and also a Terran.
Yeah,
Will he be
looking
able
good
to
for
do it?
the Terrans so far in this season.
Yeah, I definitely think Machine can fight back, but will we see? We will see. Maybe Goku just goes for a drop again and wins the game.
Yeah, Machine was definitely in a good position if you look at the economy, but I mean, in the end, the drop decides the game. Okay, game two is starting. The map is Polypoid, and we are jumping in. So, in the top right of Polypoid, we have our black Zerg. It is Machine.
All right, and in the top left, our green Terran, it is Goku.
Okay, so Polypoid, I think, is definitely a little bit different. We have a high ground main, we have a ramp. We don't have this open, yeah, this flat ground that we had on, yeah, basically on Bluestorm as well, Bluestorm and Taucross. So we could see some early aggression by Machine, but I'm not sure if he's that kind of player who goes for like a super early Ling attack.
Yeah, I feel like if the opportunity presented itself, like if Terran didn't have a good wall or something, he saw the chance to go for it, maybe he would. But normally, I think he would just, stick to his guns, play a standard, straight up kind of a style. No, it doesn't mean he can't play different styles, but usually they will result in macro type player, macro oriented styles. Now Goku again, we don't know as much about, but so far from all the games we've seen, he's gone bio every game, so I don't expect to necessarily see him switch that up. I mean, it's been working for him as well, right? He's been picking up a bunch of wins here. He's just one win away, so I imagine once again he will probably go bio on this map.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, he's 3-0 against Zergs in this group, so that's nice for him. And let's see where this scouting SCV is going. Machine, meanwhile, going for the 12 hatch here, sending out his own scouting drone. And yeah, so far, nothing out of the ordinary. And we can see Goku is scouting the correct direction.
Yeah, Goku did see the Overlord with his SCV, and Machine also saw the SCV with his Overlord, so switched that drone to scout the top left as well. So both players going to have full scouting information nice and early and know exactly what is going on. Oh, Goku's actually going to block this drone with his SCV. Very nice. If he can prevent the scouting too, like he's got the magical scouting SCVs and he's going to prevent the scouting. So you know this guy plays a very reactionary kind of style. He likes scouting and knowing exactly what's up, and also denying scouting. He knows the power of scouting in this game for sure. So he is going to deny that and not allow a machine to scout if there was a gas taken or not.
Yeah, but he's going for that command center now, and this Overlord scouted the correct direction in the beginning of the game. So Machine is getting that scout information. So by seeing this command center, of course he knows that there is no gas yet, or I mean it's not mining yet. He's just building it now. So
Yeah.
overall, both players have all the information they need, and they can play the game from here.
Yeah. Now SCV still alive here in the Zerg base. There are no Zerglings to chase it around, so he can stay here as long as he wants. Of course, as I say, that a couple of lings do pop out and start chasing it around. But even if this gets killed or forced to leave the base, I imagine, with Goku's magical scouting SCVs, he will scout what Machine's plan is, one way or another.
Yeah, and again we have the same things that we saw last game with continuous gas mining here with the layer and the speed researching. but it didn't play a huge role in the last game. But then the SCV afterwards that scouted the Spire, that I think played a little bit bigger role. Yeah, so
Well,
far no
Ling's
Zerglings chasing here, so this SCV can just go right in to the machine's base again.
Lings did poke in to see if make sure there's defenses for Goku, and there was. So he turns around. I thought he was going to actually turn around to try and catch this SCV, but I guess he didn't see it and then turned the Lings back around once again. So now the SCV will get in once again and scout and see exactly what the tech is. Confirm the Spire is down, and no, he's playing. Okay, this is a 2-hatch Spire build.
Yeah. But this time we don't have the same build for Goku, so he did not go for a second barracks. He did go for the eBay first again, the same build that he did in the very first game on Blue Storm. So he will definitely get the Academy next, which is just starting in the top left corner behind the production tab here. This time not hiding under a big enough area here.
He's still trying to hide it from us, but not completely hiding it from us this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually looking like, did he hide it somewhere again? But as you said, it is being started up there in the top left. Looks like he is going up to 3 Raxes here. And finishing off a wall a little bit more there with that depot. So he's just going to produce a bunch of Marines, get some medics out, and should be all right. I imagine we'll see the turrets come down here pretty soon. Knowing that timing of the Spire, he should be throwing those up in perfect timing here.
Yeah.
And there we go, first turret going down just now.
Yeah, there we go. Comset is also coming. So this time, of course, he doesn't have this opportunity to go for that marine attack that he did last game because he did not have the second barracks, but he has the earlier upgrade and he will probably move out once he has the medics and the sim and the +1 and then see if he can apply some pressure at that point.
Yep. All right, a couple of turrets done in the natural. None started in the main just yet, but of course he knows. Okay, he's just starting one now. He knows like Mutalisks are likely to go to the natural first, or if they do go to the main first, it'll be a little bit longer, so he's got a few extra seconds to build it. And as we can see, yep, Mutalisks heading straight there for the natural. Third turret just about to maybe finish up here. No, he does snipe that SCV before that turret can finish. So a little pick off there. Now, where will he go? Fly into the main, see if he can get something done there, I think.
Yeah, there's another turret coming up, so yeah, nothing to be done here for those Mutalisks so far. Not doing any big damage. So is Machine transitioning to Lurkers again? And yeah, right as I say that he is starting the Lurker upgrade actually. So again, he's not looking for some major damage in the Terran main base. We see some Zergs diving into the Terran main base past the turrets and try to kill some SCVs or so. Looks like Machine is not... Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. He's just using the Mutalisks to pick off what he can without bringing them in too much risk and maybe preventing the too early move out of the Terran army here while getting his lurkers up.
Yeah, one thing I noticed in this game is we are seeing this Queen's Nest coming down a lot quicker in this game from Machine. Like, it's going down here around 7 minutes or just after 7 minutes. Last game, it didn't come down to almost, I think, 11 minutes. So that's like a 4-minute faster hive. So he's going to be getting like lurkers and defilers a lot quicker this game. We'll see if he can use that to his advantage. Maybe push Terran back and get in top of the Terran a little bit sooner. Maybe throw up a couple of Arc Swarms and take this game.
Yeah. Another thing I want to mention, the medics are all empty except one here, energy-wise. We can see the Marines are very hurt here. If he stims one more time, maybe the Mutalisks and the Zerglings together could actually take this fight. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
So he has to be careful.
Now, does Machine realize this though? Like, he probably isn't clicking all the medics and seeing that they have no energy or something. So okay, he does lose a Mutalisk there, but continuing to just fly around, try and keep that army back and on his side of the map for as long as possible while he gets his own defenses set up. He does have lurkers and sunken at his natural, so that's not going to be busted. We do have one lurker done there. Scan goes down just after that lurker finished burrowing, so he doesn't actually know
Mhm.
if there's any stack lurkers there or not. Seeing the two Hydralisks walk towards the ramp may tip him off that there's only one lurker there at the moment, but he can't know for sure.
Yeah, and with those lurkers on the high ground, he will not be able to go up there. So, yeah, Goku cannot really accomplish too much here with this Marine Force. Of course, nowadays we see a lot of Terrans trying to contain the Zerg in its natural and making it hard for the Zerg to really push out with the Defilers, forcing them to use a lot of Dark Swarms to actually get out of their own base. But so far, Goku is just staying here in front of his own natural, so I'm wondering what his plan is here.
Well, I think his plan might be drops once again. We do see those two starports flashing with two drop ships. I mean, he's picked up 2 out of his 3 wins just from a nice drop. Why not do it again, right? If he can get those drop ships in, it could be dangerous. But Machine still has a good number of Mutalisks, so he's going to have to be careful in where he flies those drop ships. He doesn't want to get them caught and picked off.
Oh, oh, Goku cannot fight on this ramp. You almost never want to fight up a ramp against Mutalisks. Only a few Marines can shoot while all the others are wandering around here. And yeah, you can see he's almost losing every single Marine here, and now he doesn't even have enough units to even fill the dropships. If those dropships get caught here, he is in big trouble.
Yeah, but will they? Now, the Mutalisks are flying kind of far away at the bottom map. There is a scan that goes down and confirms the Mutalisks aren't nearby. Oh, but the Mutalisks are flying up. They're going to intercept them.
Oh.
Oh, no, this could be very... Did he scout the Mutalisks? How did he see that? Oh, no. Okay, he didn't. He's going. He's going now. But the Mutalisks are just going to miss it.
Oh,
Oh,
he
no.
can see
He's
it,
not
but
watching.
oh, he's not watching. Oh
Oh, no.
man.
So he does get the drop in still. But Machine's units are close enough by that he can defend this, I think. At least
Yeah.
he shouldn't take nearly as much damage as he did in the last game.
Yeah. The Mutalisks are almost all dead by now, so only 5 alive here. So he has to rely mainly on lurkers to defend this. But yeah, as you say, he's not taking nearly as much damage. Last time he also basically sent his 20 Zerglings in before the lurkers even arrive.
Another
Oh,
drop
wow.
coming in, but 2 Scourges do pick off one of those drop ships when he only got up 2 Marines. The other one will unload. There are no medics here with this, but we say that, but look at the damage
Well,
being done now with this reinforcements. He's going to pick off the Ultra Den. So this is the secret to TVZ. Drop a few Marines into the base of Zerg and win the game.
yeah, this additional drop definitely changed things. Those additional 8 Marines here made this so much harder for Machine and probably game losing for Machine.
Yeah, well, he picked off the Ultralisk Cavern. He picked off the Defiler Mound. There are a couple Defilers out this time. At least he picks off the spawning pool. He's just destroying all the tech here for Machine. I think Machine will actually clean this up, but at what cost? Oh, he even gets the Evo Chamber. Like, he picked off so much here. That's
Yeah.
very nice damage from Goku.
Yeah, maybe Machine was a little bit too greedy. He went into the Defilers and Ultralisk at the same time and also upgrading with his evolution chambers. Yeah, maybe he just didn't have enough lurkers. Wanted to tech too fast into all his late game units at once. And yeah, not catching the dropships barely there. Definitely could
Yeah,
cost
that
him
was
the
so
game.
close. Yeah, it was so close. But we'll have to see. I mean, he did eventually kill off all that off, and he didn't lose the hatchery, so he's going to be able to start mining from here. But he is going to have to rebuild most of that tech. Looks like he did so already. He's built a lot of it at the natural. We got a spawning pool, Hydro Den, Defiler Mound, all down here at the natural. But he is going to start mining again. He's getting some more lurkers and defilers out. And once defilers are out, it can be very hard for Terran to actually push in and kill a base. Although he is going to, looks like, get the irradiates off on at least these lurkers and defilers. So maybe he can still push in here.
I don't think so here. There are too many lurkers here. Did he bring his 3 tanks? Okay, he has 5 tanks or 6 tanks. Okay, now he's bringing them. With the tanks, I think, if he can prevent any additional defilers, Wow. Just lost 2 vessels here. I want to say, if there are no Dark Swarms anymore, because there are no Defilers around right now, because the Defiler mount was actually killed was not there for a certain period of time, the tanks could kill these lurkers here.
There's a lot of tanks sieging up. It won't take them long to break through these sunkens, so we do need to see a Defiler or something come out to help push this back. Or he will just eventually siege through and break this position.
Yeah, the Defiler is coming, but it takes a little while longer here. I think it's too late. He will lose his Defiler mount again, so he has 3 Defilers in production, but the damage is already been done again. Goku could just run away now and retreat.
Well, we do have Dark Swarm come down, so he's going to at least force an unsiege and retreat here for now. But again, at what cost? There was a lot of damage done there. The Sunkens, okay, that's fine, not much. But losing the Defiler round again definitely hurts. Kills a couple of those tanks, but pushes him back for now. But it feels like the longer this goes on, the better this is going to get for Goku. He does have his third base established now. No SCVs are mining there just yet. Looks like they all got kind of trapped in his main base or something. Okay, they are getting unstuck and going there towards there now, but another Dark Swarm coming out. Okay, he's pushing him back a little bit more, but he needs to push him back more than this if he ever wants to get out onto the map.
Yeah, he lost so much already. And now he's rebuilding in the bottom right. But I think Goku should know this at this point, that he could also do like a drop in the bottom right. Maybe that would be a nice idea. Does he
Oh,
have
there's
any...
a drop in the main.
Ah, okay, okay. I just was looking for the dropship.
Yep, I just noticed it too. Only one medic here, but again, he's getting some more damage done. A couple of swarms going down, so it looks like Machine will be able to clean this up without actually taking too much damage. So nice move to kind of try and stabilize. He does find a nice position there for Goku. So he is going to at least pick off this gas, I think.
I don't see any Defiler here in the natural right now. Where is the Defiler? It's still sitting in the main, no energy. And the tanks are sieging. Okay, there was one. Did he pop it through the Nidus? I'm not sure. I can definitely not see it, but there is a Dark Swarm.
Oh,
okay.
it's on top of the ramp.
Yeah, I see.
Well, there's so many units here coming out for Goku. He's got quite a strong contain in front of the Zerg base here. He did end up killing that gas in the Zerg main as well, so Zerg is only currently mining from 2 gases.
Oh, and Goku not watching here, maybe? He's not moving his Marines away.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage. 2 Ultralisks got out here during all of this. This is pushing him back a little bit, but isn't going to push him back enough. There is a 4th base taken for Goku. Looks like it's slightly misplaced if he wants to start mining that gas, but yeah. Well, can Machine fight back here? Where's the swarm? Okay, there's the swarm.
Yeah, slowly but surely. Yeah. Goku is losing more and more units here. And by the way, he's definitely making sure that this command center stays misplaced by building a turret there. But yeah, Goku is still ahead here. We see the battle cruisers, but it feels like Machine is slowly but surely stabilizing here, and he's getting his army together. He has enough Defilers now. He has the Defiler mount in a more secure position this time. Yeah, and
hopefully.
This could be a longer game still.
Yeah, like it looked like Machine was pretty much dead or was on the verge of dying, but now he's really fought back into this. Killed all those tanks. He's pushed Goku back, and now he can actually get onto the map and even secure a 4th base or take a 4th base. We can see a drone in position to do that now. A bunch of Lings lurkers Lings and Ultras going out around the map, trying to see if he can maybe pick off a base or start denying. Now we do have a first battle cruiser out here for Goku as well. He's actually on 3 starports, making 3 battle cruisers at a time.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is a big amount of battle cruisers. But first he has to deal with this attack. The Defiler is in position. It's casting the Dark Swarm any second here. There's one fire bat, but I don't think that will change too much.
No. Yeah, no swarm on top of those bunkers, but it looks like the ultras are just too much. They will be able to take the at least that one of those bunkers, probably both there. Will he kill off these ultras? They're not even fully upgraded yet. They're only on 4 carry base instead of 5. I think he should be able to defend this though with only 2 ultralists left and a battle cruiser flying in here.
Yeah, I mean, Machine, instead of staying under his Dark Swarms with like the bottom half of his army, he actually ran out of the Dark Swarms and lost pretty much all of his units here. So that was, I would say, a little bit of a micro mistake here. And now the supply is hugely in Goku's favor. There are almost no units here for Machine. We see some Zerglings in the natural, we see some Zerglings in the third base. But where are the Ultralists? Where are the Defilers here? Okay, 6 more Ultralists coming here. But I don't see a Defiler right now.
Oh, there we got a plague on a couple of those battle cruisers over on Goku's side of the map. We do have a couple of swarms there. Looks like Machine is trying to push into the natural here. He's going to pick off a few Marines. I mean, if he could get on top of the production, that could be a nice way to slow down Goku quite a bit here. He doesn't have a huge army out on the map at the moment, but I don't think he's going to be able to push much further than the natural here with 3 battle cruisers and a bunch of Marines. Tank sieged up on the high ground, and we do have the Ultras, though, coming in to kill the Marines in front of the base here for Machine. Like, Machine's making a lot of good moves here, but he doesn't have a 4th base established just yet, so he's really going to need that if he wants to keep this up.
Yeah, are there still yeah, no, okay, no more battle cruisers. We have 2 dropships. So far the battle cruisers are only defending here. But yeah, they're doing a good job now, killing the lurkers without the Dark Swarm. Oh. Okay, saves those Marines. But yeah, these Ultras are coming. There is no Defiler, so the battle cruisers will defend this, but not before losing some SCVs and maybe even this command center.
Yeah, he may have to lift it, and in fact, Machine's not even going to stay and fight here. He's going to run away, seeing the battle cruisers coming in. He did force a pull, but that wasn't too bad. Like, Goku got those Marine or SCVs mining again quickly, and Machine is retreating, maybe thinking he needs to defend his base or something. That's kind of where it looks like they're headed. Did he? Oh, he scouted bottom left, so he's going to go attack bottom left.
Okay. Yeah, so there's not enough defense. 6 Marines won't kill 6 Ultralists and 30 Zerglings here, so he has to lift this base. But what is he doing with the army in the meantime? So battle cruisers are starting to move to the bottom right here. And 2 dropships are loaded up in the natural here of Goku. He could fly those into the main again, while Machine is busy defending the battle cruisers.
Well, that bunker or depot's going to burn down at the natural. Bit unfortunate for him there, but I don't think he's going to mind too much. Now, like as you said, dropships are flying towards the main base. We do have these battle cruisers chasing down some of these ultras, maybe even distracting Machine. He doesn't really have a lot in place to deal with these drops. A few lings are hatching now, but they're being rallied to the natural. Oh, is this is this the way it ends? Is he gonna kill a bunch of tech and stuff in the main base once again?
Yeah, it could be. There are only mass Zerglings coming. Okay, there's one Defiler that has almost enough energy, has to consume something. Okay, and there is the Dark Swarm, so... Yeah, in the end, I think good enough defense here for Machine. Especially with Goku staying in this Dark Swarm for very, very long time. But now, the battle cruisers are coming. So where are the Scourges?
Yeah, I would like to even see a plague on these grouped up battle cruisers here, but there's nothing really to fight them at the moment. He is making a couple of spore colonies, but with 4 battle cruisers here, they're going to be able to pick those off very quickly, or even before they get morphed if he targets them down. Yeah, first one does go down. Killed that Ninus. We got lings flooding through here, but that's not really what you need. You need some dark swarm or some with hydras or some plagues.
Oh, big attack here. All the Ultralists in the third base of Goku.
No.
But man, those tanks did so much damage. So many of the Ultralists are just dying to the tanks. And I think this was a wonderful defense by Goku, and the battle cruisers are still doing damage here. Oh, but now 2 Hydras under Dark Swarm are killing the Plague battle cruisers in the meantime. So
Yeah.
both players losing their attacking forces.
We actually had the plague hit the eggs there too, and the hatchery. So he's killing his own hatchery and larva there with the plagues, but
Yeah, he could
maybe
just
helping
focus
the
the hedge
Valkyries kill
here.
it. Yeah. Instead, he's going to kill a
Oh,
bunch of drones for free. I feel like Machine transferred those drones a little bit too early, feeling like he had dealt with the battle cruisers, but there's still one left here. Another Dark Swarm going down, but he has nothing to actually fight it. No Scourges or Hydras to kill that last battle cruiser. Oh, nice. Perfectly hatching in there. Scourges right under the battle cruiser and killing that off. So yeah, some crazy action going on both
yeah.
sides. We did have a denial too of that fifth base of Goku with a small group of Ultra Ling. He is forced to retreat those, but yeah, where does the dust settle here? It feels like Goku probably has the advantage. Like machines on pretty low drones. I think it's just a matter of time, but this has been a crazy game.
Yeah, the thing is, this supply has been like this the past, I don't know, 10 minutes already. So I'm not sure if this supply advantage is enough for Goku to win the game. So far, it doesn't look like that. The main base and the natural of Goku is mined out, so Goku is on 2 bases only, and this mineral only is also getting pretty low, so he has to secure this fifth base soon if he wants to stay in this game, but the same is kind of true for Machine. Oh, Machine catching this job chip in his main base, very nice, and also killing a vessel here in the middle. This could be the deciding fight with both players running out of minerals soon.
Yeah, we do have this battle cruiser in the second natural there of Machine as well. It killed a lot of drones, but it does get picked off now finally. And it looks like Machine is going to win this fight. Goku's just trying to avoid and run into the second main base. Maybe. Oh, he is going to be a bit of a medic wall to block these Ultralisks, but it's not going to be enough. Eventually this force and army will go down. Now, does he have an army back at home? It looks like he does. So a counterattack from Machine may not just end the game here. Actually, looking at the supplies, he's way ahead. Where's all his supply?
Yeah, I think he has a lot of tanks still, 4 tanks in the natural. He is producing additional battle cruisers, so battle cruisers are 6 supply. And if you have like 2 building, that's 12 supply right there. And yeah, he has a lot of units in his natural still.
Yeah. That's 2 medics still alive, actually. Okay, finally now just dying. But yeah, where are we at? Okay, feels like Machine's really low on drones overall. Like he lost a lot of drones. He's trying to maybe drone up a bit here now. Is mining from his 4 gases, so that's good for him. But he's just so low on resources compared to Machine and Hold or Goku and Hold. I thought we do have an attack here now at the mineral only. Trading out army is good, but this isn't necessarily the most critical position at this point, as the space is almost completely mined out anyway. Yeah, he just loses his whole army there, and now Goku's attacking the natural of Machine at the same time. Gonna focus down that Nidus Canal and be able to pick off some more tech once again for Machine. And I don't know if he's gonna have enough.
Machine defends it, but yeah, he's taking more and more damage. And the supply is shifting more and more towards Goku here, and with the natural outmine for Machine and the main pretty much outmine as well. It's really getting very hard for him. He lost so many drones to the battle cruisers, and now it looks like, yeah, I think he's just dying here.
Yeah, he's got really no army in position to save this. No Nidus to transfer his army quickly, and he realizes it too and taps out. GG is called.
GG.
Goku wins, our first player advancing to the round of 16, and he is also a Terran. So there at least will be a round of Terran a Terran in the round of 8, advancing from this group. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, very strong games here. Winning this group 4-0. Going into the round of 8. Very nice. Congratulations to Goku.
Yeah, that was a very good game.
Yeah, and with that, we have our first player advancing from the group, and before we can find out the second one, we need to find out who plays against Machine in that final match of the group, and that will be decided in the losers match between Sneasel and Zoom. And 1 second, I think I have an information for you.
Oh no.
First of all,
Oh
we
no.
will show the group here on the stream. There we go. So Sneasel against Zoom would be the losers match here, but sadly Zoom had to leave after his first match and was not able to play his losers match, and that makes it so that Sneasel advances to the elimination match.
Oh, that's too bad. I think that could have been a very good match, Zoom versus Sneasel, but Zoom is eliminated then, I suppose, and Sneasel will play Machine, a rematch of our first series for final, and that one did go to 3 games, so either
Yeah,
player could take this, I think.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, we will go into that final match.
What do you think? Are we going to have another 3 games, or is this going to be a 2-0 for somebody? I'm thinking it's going to game 3 again. It's got it, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think that was our closest match here so far that we've seen today, and Sneasel definitely showed some promising play here and there. If he has some more High Templars in his army, I think he can really play a nice game. And Machine is very strong as well, so we could see like 3 games here again.
A few more High Templar, a few more Obs, and that
Yeah.
easily could have gone 2-1 the other way. All right.
Okay, the game is loading right now. And with that, we are ready to jump in with with super nice colors actually. We have
Oh, we can change them.
dark
Okay.
gray against light gray here. What do you think, guys? Should we switch or not? No, okay, just kidding. Of course, we're switching here. So in the top, on the 12 o'clock position, on the blind side actually, I should have shown the map. We have our red Zerg. It's Machine.
Yeah, and in the bottom, our blue Protoss, none other than the Polish Sneasel. All right. Well, yeah, this is a 2-player map for those not familiar with it. It's a little bit different. It's made by the Form Maker Minerals. I have actually played a few games and casted a few games on here with the team Think Quick people. But it's definitely an interesting bit of a different map. We'll see how players want to play it. You can play it somewhat standardly, but there are some key features here. Like we said, there's you can see now where this overlord's flying. This ground is like invisible to, or very vision limited to units on the low ground, non-air units. Anything that walks through there without air support will have very limited vision. And then you also have third base, kind of where there's like multiple ways you can get into it, just below your main or above your main, depending on what spawn you're in.
Yeah, there's that one base, but there's also a base on the side there. If you
Yeah.
go out of your natural, there's another one.
Right.
So I think the one on the here on this high ground is a little bit more open and also does not have a gas. So in my experience, most players opt to take that gas base that is here on the side. But we'll see. Oh wow, we have a 12 Nexus here. 12 Nexus, no scout by Sneasel. Wow. But he, I mean, Machine is going for the 12 edge, so that's nice for Sneasel here.
I think it's even faster. It was even 11 Nexus maybe, but maybe Sneasel watched his games with Machine or something. It's like, okay, he likes standard here. He'll open the hatch first, so I can get away with going like 11 Nexus here. Uh, and yeah, we can see just that. Like you can even defend it with against Overpool, especially if its rush distance is longer. Like I don't know how the rush distance fares here. I guess it's kind of long. Um, so yeah, he's probably taking a calculated risk, saying I need some kind of advantage against this guy because he beat me last time, and I don't think he's gonna nine pool me or anything like that. So I will go ahead, get the Nexus first, and see if I can't get an advantage that way. Even if he loses it, he's like, well, I still got 2 games I can come back in.
Yeah, sure. Sometimes you just take those risks, and this time he definitely is on the lucky side of that gamble, and yeah, should be in a good position going into this early game here.
Looks like we got a raid from Future SC.
Yeah,
So thank you to Future.
thanks a
Raid of
lot.
22 people. Mhm.
Yeah, for anyone who is new here and doesn't know what's going on, we are in the final match of the BSL 12 Ghost League round of 16 Group A here. In the first game, it's 0-0 Machine against Sneasel. And yeah, they already played a game. Machine won it 2-1 in 3 close matches. So there will be some awesome games here to decide who advances to the round of 8.
Yep. So jumping back into the game, we do have probe scouting around. Just trying to confirm now, is this link going to be able to deny the probe
Oh.
from getting into the main? Looks like it will. That's definitely big. You don't really want that probe to scout what you're doing if you can help it, and that's got to hurt a little bit as Sneasel, right? Like he doesn't know exactly what's going on in the main. Like, has a lair been started? Is he throwing down a Hydralisk den? It's always an uneasy feeling for Protoss if you can't get that in and scout. So we'll have to see how he adjusts. Like, is he going to build a safety cannon? It looks like his play here is I'm going to skip Stargate because I can't scout. I'm just going to throw down the Citadel and go for earlier Speed Zealots, thinking you're probably not going for a lair. Um,
Mhm. Yeah,
so he's
sometimes.
taking another little risk or gamble. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes it can work out if you go for very early zealot pressure. Sometimes you arrive at the Zerg base before the Mutalisk could arrive at your base, so then the Zerg is forced to stay defensive with the Mutalisk. You can get that scouting information that way and then prepare in your base. Sometimes it works out like that. It's funny.
Yeah, and I think with the early Citadel, if he was going for that route and going for Mutalisks, he would have to use them to defend timing attack coming out from Sneasel. But as we can see, he isn't doing that, only just starting the layer now after going up for, once again, 5 hatcheries. So this looks like a similar build to what we saw in the other game, except this time he isn't getting the Evo chamber at all. Okay, he's getting it now, but he didn't get it before the Hydralisk Den to block any Corsairs. Of course, there are no Corsairs coming, so he didn't necessarily need that. This is just looking more like a more standard-ish 5 hatch build than what we saw him play previously.
Mhm. We saw Sneasel do this 2 gateway early speed lot attack, and it actually did a lot of damage against Machine. Machine, despite scouting the second gateway with an Overlord, he took some damage against that. This time, I don't think he saw the second gateway. Will he be prepared, or will he take a lot of damage again? So far, okay, just now he has started the Hydralisk production and is researching the speed, also getting one sunken in the third base at least. But the Zealots are coming, and speed is done now.
Yeah. Now he did scout and see this zealot move out, so he should be
Mm.
ready. I would think he is throwing down a couple more colonies, so he is going to be able to get some Sunkas out. Now, where are these zealots going? It looks like they're expecting the third base to be at that mineral only or something, but they're not there, of course. Maybe he's just cutting through there. It had to do with the pathing, but either way, he is going to find the third base here now. See a couple Sunkens here, decide to turn around, check the natural, and sunk in a bunch of units there. So it looks like Machine held this off. Well done. He even canceled the building that he was building to help block up the choke there at his natural.
Mm.
So nice play there from Machine.
Yeah, Machine was ready in time. But Sneasel, I don't think he really relied on doing a lot of damage with this attack. He already went for the Templar Archive before even moving out, and he also didn't invest like into 4 gateways or so. He only had 2 gateways producing those zealots. So he is transitioning into a mid game here, anyways. So these zealots are just to keep the Zerg in his base here, get some scouting information, a little bit of a feeling out what the Zerg is doing here, what kind of units he's producing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it told him, okay, Zerg here is on Hydralisk. He isn't making a bunch of Mutalisks or anything. We did see a cannon go up in the main base just in case, anyways. But now he should know, okay, this is just a bunch of Hydralisks. He just, skipped the Spire, went for a later lair for faster, earlier hatches, and should feel pretty comfortable in his positioning. But where does he want to go from here? Looks like he started +2 upgrade on the Zealots, or +2 to 1, sorry. So it looks like he wants to go for maybe a strong 2-1 kind of timing push.
That's interesting. We saw him on the Bluestorm game. We saw him getting a lot of goons and zealots. There is definitely that style. We saw some Koreans doing that style where you get double upgrades early on. So you have a 2-1 upgraded army. That is a little bit light on Storm. I think that's what he was going for on the Bluestorm game. It did not work out for him. But on the Bluestorm game, he also went for fast Maelstrom and Dark Archon. This time, he invests those resources into the Storm. And he actually does have 3 High Templars, and 2 of them almost have 2 Storms. So he has a pretty strong army, and he has the Storms this time, but he doesn't have the Observer.
Yeah, so once again, no observers here. He's going to throw down those storms on some lurkers. Doesn't kill any of them just yet, but he does get a decent amount of damage done to them. He isn't going to be able to really take this fight. He's going to have to back up, but never mind. Who am I? What do I know, right? We saw this last time we casted him, or last day that we casted him. He just kind of ignores the lurkers a lot of the time, goes around them and fights somewhere else, or just fights even if there are lurkers there.
No, he's a little bit cornered here. He can still get out on the left, or he can just run across that lurker. Oh, this one High Templar is very low. He only has 1 Storm left in this army. I'm not sure if he can commit here.
We have some lurkers now, meanwhile, trying to deny the third base, and a couple more coming across the map. Catching some Dragoons here with a few Lings as well. But this army is now pushing down the ramp. I don't know if this is going to be enough. There's like 4 lurkers here. There's a lot of Hydras. Yeah, he's going to have to back out. He's continuing to just eat more and more lurker shots from this one lurker at the top of the ramp there as well.
Oh, man. Sometimes it can work if you just ignore a lurker in a certain spot and you go into a base and kill the base or so. Sometimes it can work out, but he stood there for so long and he just went back and forth, took damage all the time, and now he wasted his whole army and he still has no observer. All his goons are gonna die against the mass hydras, and I think that's game.
Yeah, like look at this army coming here from Machine. So many units, and his army is just so spread out from Sneasel. All his goons are not with his zealots and Templars, and where's his obs? Okay, there is one ob right there on top of the gateway now. It feels like his obs were a little late this game though, and yeah, like you said, I don't see how he can defend this. He's losing the front at his natural. There's no cannons there left. That third base is potentially going down as well. All the zealots are going down. Like Machine has the supply lead here, and I think Machine's got game number 1, like you said.
Yeah. Again, if you lose your army before you can see the lurkers, it does not matter that you can see the lurkers later on when you have no more army. So
this is true.
Again, Sneasel losing a game by not having an observer here in time. So he's now against the wall. 1 more loss, and that's it for his BSL 12 run in this season.
Well, last time these two played, we did see Machine win game 1, then Sneasel win game 2, and bring it to that game 3. Can he do it again?
Yeah, let's see. Game 2 of this elimination, or of the final match of this group here, is starting any second here. The map will be Eclipse.
Right. Pretty decent map if he wants to come back, fight back into this game, fight back into the series and force a game 3.
Okay. So, game is starting. Let's see if we can do it. And there we go. In the top right corner, our Protoss has to win 2 games in a row to stay in the BSL this season. It is Sneasel.
All right, and in the bottom left, our American Zerg, none other than Machine, who just has to win one more game to advance into the round of 8.
Yeah. And we have to remember this was like a very early Nexus, a greedy play by Sneasel, and it did not really help him. The Zealots didn't accomplish anything. Machine was ready, and then he didn't have an observer. So yeah, Sneasel really has to be creative here and do something special. I have to, I feel, to win this.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Very true. Like he went for that greedy opening, and he still lost a fairly quick game there to Machine. So he's got to. It's got to feel pretty bad, like I got away with this greedier opening, and I still lost. So we'll have to see. Looks like he is going to go for that gateway expand here. Now the game that he did go gateway expand against Machine is the game he did win. Like he um, got a decent amount of damage done, or killed some probes. And we have seen his multitask to be pretty good too. Like if you remember that Blue Storm game where he split his zealots up
Mhm.
nicely and attacked in multiple places at once. Like his multitask game definitely seems on point. So I like this choice from him, and maybe he can get some early damage and get an advantage that way.
Yep, that can be true. Machine opting for this overpool play here in this game and getting his hatchery denied maybe. So this is always a interesting situation for the Protoss. Do you want to see the pool timing? Do you want to see if it's a 9 pool maybe, 9 pool speed? Or do you want to block the hatchery? Some Zergs are faking it when they go 9 pool speed, they are sending a drone here and hope that the Protoss tries to block the hatchery that is not coming. So sometimes it's useful for the Protoss to actually go into the main and not block the hatchery. Oh man. Okay, so he decides to go for the hatchery block, which is nice in this situation. He definitely blocked the hatchery that Machine wanted to take a little bit earlier, but he also lost the scouting probe. So I think he has to send out another one very soon. Otherwise, he doesn't have any information about the pool timing, the gas, and you kind of need that information.
Yeah, personally, I always like to go into the main and check, even if
Yeah,
I know it's close to that time. It's like I'd rather just instead of blocking that for a few seconds, I'd rather confirm and just be like, okay, I know what you're doing for sure.
yeah.
But in this case, we saw Sneasel did not. Now he did get a sneak a zealot out here, and all the lings are on the other side of the map. So potentially you could kill a few drones here. Like Machine's not really ready for this zealot sneaking in.
Okay, Zealot is coming. So what is Machine producing? Okay, another drone, so just now starting another pair of Zerglings. So yeah, this Zealot could do some damage. And he's actually retreating the Zerglings from the natural of Sneasel. So Sneasel is totally fine here, getting his Nexus now after the cannon. But what can the Zealot do? Can it get a kill here?
Yeah,
Preventing
so
some
far nice
mining.
defense. Yeah, pretty nice defense so far. Not losing any drones. Um, Drones actually weren't mining at all there for a second, so that's good for Sneasel. Doesn't look like he's gonna get a drone in the end. But like you said, we do have the Nexus coming up. It is a bit late having it after the cannon. Isn't
Mhm.
necessarily what you want. But I think he felt pressured into doing that with the Lings out on the map. And the Zealot will go down. So very nicely handled from Machine. And I would give him a little bit of an advantage in this game because he's already got his third hatch finishing up here, even before the Nexus is done on Protoss' side.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. A Machine going into a very nice early game here. And what is Sneasel doing now with his gas? So will he go for the Corsair this time, or will he try to go for that double gateway pressure build again?
Yeah. Or maybe he goes for just a normal 4-gate Zealot timing or something like that. We've seen different builds. Okay, there is the Stargate, so it will be Corsairs this time. And Probe does kind of get there and scout the third base. I don't think he actually got into the third base. There were links blocking it, but he can assume that there's the third base there, or he probably saw the creep either way. He's Is he going to get into the main? It looks like no, he will get denied. So once again, he doesn't know if this was a layer build or if this was Hydra or 5
Yeah, he really has no scouting information so far. We really have to see that Corsair going straight into the Zerg main to see the Spire. Otherwise, that can really spell doom here for Sneasel.
Yeah, I am definitely getting a little bit worried for him. I know we said this would probably go to a game 3, but Machine's playing really well and Sneasel's playing blind, and that's never a comfortable position for Protoss in this, especially in this matchup. Okay, we are getting the +1 air again for the Corsairs. Now, will he make more Corsairs this game? Like we saw him do this another game, but he only made what, like a total of 2 Corsairs. It just feels
Yeah.
like a waste if you're going for only 2 Corsairs. You really want to go for more than 2 if you're going to get the +1 air weapons.
Yeah, and that was also on Eclipse, I think. That was the game where, that was also on Eclipse where he went for the 2 Corsair +1 build, then lost both of his Corsairs, and then got all his High Templars killed by 5 Mutalisks. So I hope that doesn't happen this time. So far, he is still producing. Yeah, he's queuing up a third one, so he is going for more Corsairs this time. So that's good to see.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, at least more than 2. Um, Ideally, I think you want to get up to at least 5 if you're going to go for that +1. But we'll see. Meanwhile, we do have some Scourge being made. There's even a Mutalisk being made.
Ah,
I don't know about
doesn't.
this. Oh,
Okay, at least he got the
go ahead.
Overlord there in the last
Yeah.
seconds, but he did not really uh, care about the score there. Ideally, if you go for the Corsair build, you don't want to trade 1 Corsair for 1 Overlord. That's never a good trade. You want to build up to this magic number of 5 Corsairs at least with a +1 upgrade, so that you can kill any Scourges while they are flying to your Corsairs. If you have less than that, it will not work out, and the Scourges will connect to the Corsairs.
All right. Well, we had a group of zealots just chilling out here on the bottom of the map, but it is scouted by Machine there, so he is gonna send them back home. They were sitting down there for quite a while. A couple of lings ran past and saw them, so he sent the Overlord there too. I wondered if maybe he was gonna try and sneak them in after if Mutalisks or something came across the map, but that plan's not gonna work now. And Machine looks like he's gonna try and intercept these zealots. Yeah, and he will get at least a few hits off on them here. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
he's
he's
going
gonna
for the
ignore them and go for the poke.
yeah
Sorry, go ahead.
Protoss. 4 Corsairs so far. He can still not fight those Scourges straight up. Needs another one. Oh, he's currently supply blocked. Okay, not anymore. Um, yeah, I always feel like when you go for Corsairs, everything feels so late. We see him, his whole army is 6 Zealots, and no High Templars so far. They're just building right now. But he has that 1 Dark Templar. But it doesn't look like that's accomplishing anything.
Yeah, it does sneak into that third base there, but there is a couple of overlords. There is a sunken that can hit it, so Machine knows it's there now, and probably won't lose too many drones to that, if any at all. We do have Mutalisks flying black now. That should be able to clear this out.
Mm. Okay, wow. Okay, he noticed it. Okay, sometimes Zerg thinks the DT is dead and moves the Overlord away again, and then held that thought. Killing a lot of Overlords here,
Yeah.
but will he lose all the Corsairs? Oh, yes, he
Oh,
will.
yeah, that was
Ah,
looking really nice for him until all the Corsairs died.
yeah. So I think he killed 4 Overlords, maybe 3 even, but he lost 4 Corsairs for it. So again, not the best trade here for Sneasel. The supply is in Sneasel's favor, however, so that's interesting, but so far the trades we have seen are not really in Sneasel's favor.
Yeah. It's been going the Machine's way, definitely. Now, where does he go from here? Looks like he's adding on a couple more gateways. So going up to that 6 gateway count. So I imagine we'll see him maybe try to eventually secure an expansion. Actually, Storm is just now starting.
Oh wow.
So he's been playing without Storm this whole time, like 10-minute Storm timing starting here.
Yeah, I think almost
If,
in every single
yeah,
game he went for Archon first. He always made an Archon out of the first two
yeah,
High Templars, even if there were no Mutalisks around.
yeah, that I gotta question that, especially if they're going like mass Hydras or something, because you really want
Yeah.
those Storms in time for Hydra. But it looks like he's gonna, I mean, get away with it, at least in this game.
But he really has to be careful. So, if you only have this one Archon defending your Zealots, the Mutalist can just micro round it. So he has 4 core, or 5 actually again, so he reproduced all of the Corsairs he lost. So that's a nice Corsair army, so he can definitely fend off those Mutalists and keep his Zealots alive. But is there enough defense for Machine? I think there is. There are 2 Sunkens and a bunch of Hydras here.
Yeah, but now imagine if we had even a couple of Storms here. If that Archon was 2 Storms,
Yeah.
he could kill so many of these Hydras and probably bust in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Maybe he can just kill the
he's gonna
Hydralisk
try.
then.
Yeah,
No.
actually, actually, the Hydra's range upgrade wasn't done either. So yeah, looks like he is gonna back out, thinking, realizing he can't really bust in on that small choke.
Yeah. Another thing you can do as a Protoss is taking your third base behind such an attack. Even if the attack doesn't work, at least you keep the Zerg busy to secure your third base. But he's not going for that, as we can see. So it almost feels like Sneasel's kind of all in here, even if he's on 50 probes here ahead in supply. It feels more and more like he's all in. He's going for that big gateway army again. I still only see 2 High Templar here. If those get sniped, it will be very hard for him.
He does have a robo, but again, no observer, and he said this big gateway, 8 gateway push, but the 2 gateways are much later than you might normally see them, and there's no observers still. So yes, okay, there's no real lurker threat at the moment, but he wouldn't necessarily know that, right? Like he has no idea if lurker upgrade is already done or not.
Yeah.
But luckily for him, there is no gateway. And again, we're seeing like only a couple of Templar, no observers. Like they have no observers is fine in this case, but he only has a few Dragoons. Really, you normally want more now. Will he be able to break through this still? Maybe. Like where's the army coming in from Machine?
Okay, 1 Templar survives. So there's 1 Storm killing a single Hydra. This is close. I mean, Sneasel is pretty ahead in supply still, and he has 2-0 upgrades against 1-0, so maybe he can take that fight, but the more Hydralisk Machine is producing, and he's producing 13 right now, and the Lurker upgrade is almost done, the better it gets for Machine.
Yeah. Now that robo has been done forever, but he's done nothing with it. There's still no observatory started, and there's no shuttle has been made out of it. And actually, even saying that, he's adding in a 9th gateway on 2 bases here now.
Yeah, this really looks all in here for Sneasel. Will he commit? I mean, he's placing that pylon now at the third base. Maybe he can secure that. He's retreating, so okay, it looks like that's the plan here. He will not commit into this.
Take a 3rd base and a 9th gateway at the same time, I guess.
Yep.
Still no observers. I really gotta wonder about that. Because now we have a bunch of lurkers morphing, but hold that thought. We do have the armor pushing in. Like, can they get on top of these lurkers here before they're done? If he had 2 storms, he could kill a bunch of these eggs, but he's only got the 1. Okay, the 2nd Templar is coming in, but he already used up 1 storm, so these eggs are going to be able to finish.
So many lurkers. Oh, he can't get his army surrounded here by the lurkers. He has to leave.
Wow. What a force. Looks like he's just not afraid of lurkers. He's like, I'm going to push back in, right?
Oh, but the lurkers are denying his third base now. Oh man, this means Sneasel is really pretty all in here. If they kill the... Is there another observer or not? I don't see an observer.
He's queued up 3 right now. Isn't that his first observer that just came out, or did Machine snipe one or something?
I didn't see a single observer so far. He saw the
Yeah, I think
lockers
this is
for a
his
long
first
time,
observer.
but...
15
Ooh.
minutes, first observers in the game. Yeah. This is looking very bad. Like, Sneasel basically has to kill Machine now, right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have a third base. It's 15 minutes. He's on 9 gateways. He just got his first observer. Like, I think he realizes that he's got to kill it, and this may actually work. Like, he does have a very big army. He does have some storms here. As long as he doesn't lose his observers, like, there's not actually a lot of defense here for Machine. His army's on the other side, so maybe Sneasel can bust into the natural here if he goes right now.
Yeah,
There's like
I
nothing
think
here
he
for
definitely
Machine.
can. But he really has nothing left. His main is outmined, his natural is pretty much outmined as well. So he has to finish the whole game with his army. Killing the natural and even the main base is not enough here. And I don't think he can.
Yep. Well, let's see if he can. Some nice storms coming down in the back. There's only one observer. Like, if Machine picks that off, this attack basically is done for, right? But
Wow.
he's getting a lot of damage done. I mean, he is killing the natural at least here.
Yeah, the storms were insane. Such good storms now. And the observer's still alive, so he's actually pushing in, but there are more Hydras coming. Another wonderful storm here. So with those storms, he can maybe do it.
I think he might do it, actually. He might actually win the game with this push here. He is clearing out his third base location now, you know. Time to take that 17-minute third. Minerals very low, but he's pushing into the main here now. So,
Ooh.
yeah, he's killing 2 bases. Is this... Has he done it? Did he go all in and make it work?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's crazy. I think he did, yeah. Also sending some additional units here to make sure that there's no base in the bottom right. There is one in the top left that he doesn't know of. Oh my god, he has to keep the third base. If he doesn't keep the third base here, man, we could see a crazy end game here.
Yeah, it's already looking kind of crazy, like base trade situation. We have 0 mining now for Sneasel. All his minerals have been mined out. He even cancels that. He doesn't have enough minerals to start a third base. Even if he defends this now, he does not have enough minerals to start a third base. But does Machine have enough to stop this army? I don't think so. Look at the supply, 160 to 40.
He can
Sneasel's
just
got
make...
4 times the supply.
He could just make 20 sunken in the top left.
That's exactly what he needs to do, I think.
Ah,
And he's just gonna call it GG.
Ah. Wow. Crazy.
He just needed to defend that, I think. Like, oh man, yeah. Well, Sneasel fights his way in through a crazy game where he has to go all in, and comes out on top. So he forces another game 3.
Yeah. Oh man, Machine, he sent so many units into this army and got completely killed by the storms. If he invested those resources into just mass sunken at his 4th or 5th base or so, maybe he could have done it, but well, of course we see everything as observers and
Yep.
like players in the game don't have all that information, but wow man, that was really a crazy end there. And now we have probably a very nice crazy end of this whole group as well.
Yeah, and then speaking about us being observers or something, he only had 1 observer with that army the whole time too,
Yeah.
and he kept it alive. If that observer had gotten picked off by a few hydras or something, those lurkers would have defended him at least long enough to get enough of an army to probably kill and stop that push and win the game. Like, that was
Yeah.
crazy, man.
There were also still scourges around everywhere. So it's
Yeah.
crazy. He actually wins the game with one single 15-minute observer.
Yeah.
Wow.
All in. Wow. Well, can he do it? This is it. Do or die for both of these players now.
Yeah, the map is Taucross. And we are jumping into this very final game of the round of 16 Group A here for the BSL 12 Gosu League. Let's go. In the top right, we have our Protoss player. It is Sneasel.
All right, and in the bottom left, it is none other than the Red Zerg machine. So, who wins this game?
I have to say machine. So if I had to predict this, I would say machine. I think machine is ahead or is in a good position most of the time, and Sneasel just got this one crazy attack. Maybe if machine gets into a good position again, he knows what to do this time to make sure that this end of the last game doesn't happen again. Yeah, so if I
Yeah,
had to guess, I would take machine.
yeah, I think I would have to agree with you there. Um, Machine is up overall in all the games they've played today, like 3-2. But besides that, like it feels like he's been outplaying Sneasel just a little bit. But then Sneasel gets off, like you said, that big attack or something and makes it work. It could go either way. I'm thinking Machine still. He was my prediction from the beginning of this group, but I'm excited for this match. We do have that Gateway first again, and every time Sneasel's gone Gateway first so far, it seems like he's won the match. So
Yeah. Meanwhile, Overpool for machine, I think, yeah, that was
two
also
gate.
the case last game. Oh, wow, 2 gate, wow. this is really a
Okay.
crazy end of this group.
Now Machine is his Overlord is going in the right direction to scout this first, but is he gonna miss that second gateway and just assume this is an expand? No, he sees it. He sees it. Okay, the Overlord sees the second gateway.
This is the 50% gamble here. If that Overlord scouts the other direction first, then this can work very easily. But now Machine can prepare, and in a perfect world, the Zerg should defend this if he has the scouting information.
Does the Protoss know that the Zerg scouted saw that with his Overlord? Because the way the Overlord went, it looks like he may not have scouted. Like it was close to call, right? So maybe he thinks Zerg doesn't know yet. Mm, this is
Machine is
crazy.
making sure to tell Sneasel that he
Okay.
knows about it.
Well, that Overlord still actually doesn't see it
Yeah,
where it's
okay.
positioned, but yeah, could be. He does see that there's no like nexus or anything, but so yeah, I in a perfect world, like you said, Machine should be able to hold or defend this. But we'll have to see. It could come down to the micro and the control. Like if he can get some good trades early on with those zealots, all of a sudden you can snowball that into a victory.
Yeah, for sure. But even third hatchery very quickly here for Machine. He just needs some additional production. And I feel like he
Yeah,
already has enough Zerglings here. 12 Zerglings, he has, of course, 2 more coming out every time from the main hatchery, and the natural hatchery is almost there as well. 4 Valets against like 14 Zerglings.
yeah, pretty good positioning too. He knows, okay, he's only on a one base Protoss. I don't want to take my third hatch at a third base because that just gives him way more places he can attack. And it also he created enough space that he could put a sunken and block it off if he wanted to, like we're seeing now. Or they're not super close that the Protoss can actually use the Zerg Sim City against them and get their zealots in between a couple of hatcheries or something. Um, so nice positioning here, and he's just buying a lot of time with these lings. So he's gonna get this sunken up, and he's even gonna maybe get a surround. Okay, yeah, yeah. If the zealots can't really push in with this many lings and it's sunken, I think.
No, I don't think he can fight against the Sunken. But
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know
gotta be
what he
big.
should do. Like he has all of those zealots. He has even 2 probes here, but it looks like he cannot do anything. He just waited maybe a little bit too long. Oh, but machine is producing 1 drone. Is that too risky?
Well, we'll see. I mean, he's still threatening this attack. He wants. I mean, he needs machine to keep producing lings. This is really his only hope because he's still only on that one nexus, right? He's got to force lings instead of drones. But like as we can see, there are drone machines going like 50-50 on the lings and drones right now.
Yeah. Okay, we see a little counter take here by Machine. Will this trigger Sneasel to attack? I don't think he can. There are still too many Zerglings here, I think, but he's doing it. Okay, we have back action on both fronts here.
Yeah, who comes out on top? Nice blocking by the Lynx so the Zealots can't get into the main there. He will push Sneasel back, and meanwhile, he looks like he's maybe can kill the Forge on the other side. No, he will be pushed back by those two Zealots, and the cannon will finish. So neither player taking really a ton of damage there. The Nexus now finally being placed down from Sneasel, but is it too late? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
Did he?
the worker count is in favor of Sneasel, of course, but we have to remember that Machine has 3 hatchery production, so now that he knows the threat is over, he can just switch to full drones and catch up very quickly in the drone count here.
Yeah. He forced a lot of lings, but I don't know if it was enough. He didn't really get any damage done with his 2-gate opening. He's just now starting to mine gas as well. Now, we do have 160 gas mined for Machine, but he hasn't done anything with it. He's using all of his minerals, of course, to replenish his drones, and you can see already he's caught up quite a bit in the drone count there, making absolutely nothing but drones here. Just really getting his economy back on track, and now he's going to start mining gas again, and I guess we'll probably see a lair or some other kind of tech with that very shortly.
Yeah. And yeah, what is Sneasel doing? He has core finished and... Wait, where is the gas? Okay, the +1. I was looking for where he spent his gas on, or what he spent his gas on. It is a +1 attack upgrade. Before any Stargate or... Yeah, before the Stargate, basically. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think this +1's going to finish, though, very likely. We do have a Hydralisk done now for Machine, starting that range upgrade instantly. So he's just going for 3-hatch Hydra behind this, and he has a ton of Lings to help buffer. So I feel like the Hydras are just going to get across and be able to snipe this. And if Sneasel doesn't get wind of it, that's his Hydralisks, he's not going to even have the enough cannons to defend it.
Well, but this Zealot force that's sneaking out, I don't know if it's doing damage or not, but it is getting the scout information. It will scout the Hydras, I think. So that's very important for him.
And yeah, very, very important. He's going to throw down a second cannon there as well, even before scouting. Oh, Machine's pulling those Hydralisks back. He doesn't want the Zealots to scout him if possible.
Oh, if he sneaks them out to the right here. Oh yeah, he's doing it. Oh, and
Yeah,
Sneasel does not
nice
know.
play.
He does not see it. He did not like send one Zergling in to scout it or so. Oh, there's a second cannon, but I don't think that's gonna cut it. There's no storm.
I feel like this could be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of Hydras here yet, but Sneasel only has 2 cannons. Like you said, he has no storm. Leg speed, is it done? Oh no, it's just now started. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not going to have leg speed to fight against this either. He's got half his Zealots across the map. So he's moving out with some more Zealots, but now he sees the Hydras. But half of his army is out of position to help defend this. So maybe he goes for the counterattack if he can hold on here, but I don't know if he can.
Yeah, he needs the cannons. Maybe pull some probes, I don't know.
Well, Zealots are coming in, but speed is still a long way from being done. He's going to kill all the units and cannons at the front of Sneasel's base here before these Zealots even get into the fight. And slow Zealots are going to get destroyed from these Hydras. I think this is it. I think Machine's got it. The probes are being pulled now, but will it be enough?
Oh man, GG. 2 Zerglings killed the cannon, which was at 100% progress. He did not pull the probes in time to block the Zerglings. So unfortunate. Well, but nice game by Machine. He scouted it and he reacted perfectly. He had no problem defending this aggressive game or aggressive strategy by Sneasel. So congratulations to Machine for advancing as the second player out of this group, and we'll see him in the round of 8 next time.
So one Zerg and one Terran in the round of 8 from today. Nicely played. It was a very fun group. Nice games from all of our players. But unfortunate that Zoom got walked over there, or we didn't see his losers match game. But all the other games today were very nicely played, and very exciting series. So looking forward to some more Gosu League action.
Yeah, for sure. Were some very interesting games in this group, and yeah, let's do another quick check here. Little wrap up from the group. So for anyone who tuned in later, we saw Machine defeating Sneasel in the beginning of the group. Goku taking it against Zoom. Zoom sadly leaving after that. So Sneasel doesn't have to play the losers match, but goes into the final match. And Goku took it against Machine in the winners match, advancing in first place here. But Machine in the decider match against Sneasel, we just saw it taking another best of 3 win against Sneasel to advance in second place here.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I will do a little quick check on what we see on Thursday here. It will be
I think
Group
it's
D.
Veer. Okay.
Yes, it is Veer. So on the Revolution Veer Twitch channel on Thursday, you will see Group D, which is this one. So we have 3 Protoss here, 1 Zerg, yeah, 2 South Americans, 1 American and 1 European here. So check that out. It does say 1 week, 1 day here, but I'm very sure it's on this Thursday. So yeah, ignore this time here. It's definitely happening on Thursday on Revolution Veer's channel. And apart from that, you will see Snipe and myself casting again as well in the next week. I'm not sure what groups we will cover. That's not sure. Yeah, that's not decided yet. But yeah,
Either B or C, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. So Thursday, Revolution Veer channel for Group D, and then Group B and C in the next week. By I think, yeah, we will cast one of the groups, and G5 will probably cast one of the group, but I'm not 100% sure on that right now. But yeah, there will be awesome BSL action.
Yeah, so definitely tune in. Both on Thursday and again next week. And once again, congratulations to our 2 players advancing Machine and Goku. First 2 players into the round of 8. Who else will join them? You got to tune in to find out.
Exactly. So, with that, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a nice day, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye now.